ladies and gentlemen. And tonight, ladies and gentlemen, let me just get myself on screen here. Give me 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. Try it. There we go. Welcome to the Raw Watch Along. We are watching clips from last week's episode of Monday Night Raw, which, by the way, garnered 2 million viewers. 2 million viewers here tonight for you on the Wrestling Experience. I'm going to bring on my co host, and Jeffrey is here. He is backstage, and I'm going to bring him on right now for you here tonight on the Wrestling Experience Watch Along, Watch Along as Raw hits the air. Okay, let's just add everything to the screen. Jeffrey,
What's going on, Earl? How you doing today?
welcome
How's
back to
everybody
the
in the chat?
Raw Watch Along.
Thank you for having me again. I hope everybody had a
Oh my gosh,
fantastic
Jeffrey, what?
Monday.
Yeah, it's been a long, arduous day, but we are sitting here now watching Raw on the USA Network,
hmm
and again, I want to welcome everyone to the Hardcore Sports Network. This ending last week didn't make no sense. This ending made no sense whatsoever. I didn't like to this contest. I wasn't a fan of it, but I digress.
Yeah, it was a very
Please,
questionable
everyone,
ending.
hit the like button on the Hardcore
Yes.
Sports Network. Yeah, I didn't care for it. It was kind of stupid. Um,
Yeah, I agree.
yes, ladies and gentlemen, tonight, yeah, Raw comes to you tonight from Cleveland, Ohio, and Bobby Lashley is going to defend the United States Championship against Ciampa. Mm, That should be exciting.
Most definitely. And you got
Um, Again,
Finn
like I
Balor taking on Rey
yeah, I
Mysterio
didn't
tonight as well.
right. We also have the Raw Women's Tag Team Championship tournament
hmm
that will kick off
Expect
tonight,
some surprises. Expect some
and you
surprises
can
tonight
see
in
the
that tournament,
bracket
Earl.
on the screen. Interesting. Women.
Do we have 8 teams or is it
Now,
more?
interesting. I don't like Tamina Snuka.
Wow.
Um, I think it's 8.
Yeah, it is 8. So there's no surprises.
Tamina Snuka.
You know, I
Yeah.
actually called that one team. I
Yeah.
called that Aaliyah and
Mitch.
Raquel Rodriguez would be a team.
Ah. Mitch Kotsky
Earl,
is in the chat. Yo, Mitch, what's up?
what's going on, Mitch? How you
Yes.
doing tonight, bro? Earl, I have to be honest with you. I apologize for interrupting, but I'm not really in love with some of these teams that they threw in there. I thought they would give us some type of element of surprise in this tournament. You have your opportunity to reintroduce some teams, and this is your
Yeah.
chance to bring back some more women that can help your division. Instead, they threw just a lot of teams together. So I don't know about you, but I'm a little bit disappointed unless they just do some type of swerve tonight with somebody.
Yeah, I'm kind of disappointed too, Jeffrey. I agree with you with that assessment. I don't like Tamina Snuka. Tamina Snuka can't wrestle. I'm sorry. She's
No.
just
And neither
not.
can Aaliyah. Neither can Aaliyah.
No, no. And Dana Brooke, I'm not a fan of this.
I was
You could
scared.
have.
I
You could have.
actually I went over that this afternoon. I was thinking about it, and I'm like thinking, what teams could they put together? And I'm thinking, oh God, are they really going to put Aaliyah, who we saw on Friday, who's not that good, bless her heart, she's not that great. Are they gonna throw with somebody like Raquel Rodriguez? And no, they really throw together like Dewdrop and Nikki Ash or Dana Brooke and Tamina, and lo and behold, they did.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the Control is in the ring addressing the WWE Universe.
So good. They look so good in the ring. Bailey looks as dominant as a heel right now. With her look and the way Dakota and Io feel up next to them, I love it. I love it how they look right now. So what is I love Bailey. I love Bailey.
Yes.
She's so good on the mic.
Oh.
Dakota Kai's got like that Harley Quinn look going on, sort of. I don't know why. I think it's kind of cool.
Yes, I would agree with that.
I love it.
Dance
She's got a point
87.
there.
Hello, how are you? Hit that like button.
What's going on, Dance?
Yes,
Thank you
she
for
does.
coming by the stream tonight. She's killing it. She's killing it.
Yes,
Now I have a question for you, Earl. Do you think that Bailey right now is sort of in a managerial right type role?
yes,
They try to get
yes.
Dakota and Io to the next level, or do you think she maybe challenges Bianca at Clash at the Castle for the WWE Raw Women's Championship?
I mean, that is a great question. That is a great question. I I I think I think it's what you just said. I think that she wants that women's championship,
I agree.
but at the same time, she wants to be the I. But at the same time, she is the leader of the Control.
Mm. But what better way to lead than you not only get your team the tag team championships, but you go out there, beat Belair, and you become the Raw Women's Champion, and then you have you as the World Champion on Raw, and your pupils are as the tag team champions. So it makes your faction look even more dominant going forward. So, you got to think about that. Is Bailey going to start throwing herself into the picture for against Bianca Belair? Because Belair doesn't have an opponent right now. We could say is like a clear cut person. So I'm curious about that. How you doing, Mackenzie
Ma-
TV? Thank you for coming by
yes,
tonight.
Mackenzie TV. Thank you very much for popping in, and please hit that like button. Just to let everybody know, while the Control is taking control of the
Bailey.
Raw, last no pun intended. No pun intended.
But bunch.
Uh-oh. And and uh and the Control is being interrupted by Alexa Bliss, another wrestler that can't wrestle.
I'm really upset.
Alexa
I
Bliss
thought
is
that a lot.
boring. I'm
I
sorry.
thought they were gonna put Oscar with somebody else. Why are they throwing her with Alexa Bliss? Did
I
you see the
know.
tease? Did you see the tease on the internet with Oscar saying she wanted a mystery opponent? She was thinking about a mystery opponent.
Oh, I didn't see that.
She threw out a tweet about a mystery opponent, and actually Kyrie Sane replied to it, which maybe fueled the fire that Kyrie Sane could be on her way back to the WWE and reform the Kabuki Warriors. But
Oh.
unless Alexa Bliss gets taken out and Oscar needs an opponent, or need a tag team partner, so
I don't I'm disappointed in this. They could have picked some better women than this.
Oh, I see. 3-on-3. Unless this is going to be the finals, maybe I have an idea how this is going to go. This might be the finals. Alexa and Asuka against Io and Dakota. And then what could end up happening is that Io and Dakota are going to win. And then what's going to happen is you could get the big return with Sasha and Naomi claiming that they never lost the championships. And then there you go, your match at Clash at the Castle. Sasha and Naomi versus Io and Dakota. And then that can end up being, for the who is the actual champions of WWE Raw, the tag team champs.
Yeah. Makeshift Randy. Hello, how are you? Hit that like
Randy!
button.
What up, Randy? I don't get why she's still doing the stupid dancing.
Oh. Oh.
So we're gonna.
Oh.
What?
We're gonna
Three
get
on
a
three?
a 6-woman tag.
Bailey back in the ring for the first time in over a year.
Clash.
Oh, that's interesting.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so we got 3-on-3. Can you throw titles in there to make it more exciting? I like it though.
We're gonna see what happens. Oh, there is a
Oh!
wild cat fight going on
Whoa!
in the audience. Bianca is going. Bianca is
Jeez!
going after Bailey in the audience, and here comes the referees.
She just
They're trying to
clubbed
restore
Bailey
some
across
order.
the ring. That was awesome.
Yep.
It's like she clubbed her across the
And here
ring,
comes
Bianca and Bailey.
here comes Io Shirai. Oh,
Yeah, we
this is
got we got
wild.
Bailey and we got Bailey and Bianca in the crowd. We got Asuka going against Dakota, and we got Io and Alexa Bliss brawling. So we got everyone. We got brawling all over the place right now between these 6 women.
Oh. Well, this is the way you open Monday Night Raw.
Absolutely,
Here comes
chaos.
some
What better than
more
chaos?
officials.
Alexa
Yeah,
Bliss is
somebody
going
get
off the
control.
barricade.
Okay, we're going to commercial.
That was a very chaotic way to open up Monday Night Raw. And there they go. There go the officials. Now we got Io and Asuka battling. We got Bailey and we just got chaos right now. Ladies and gentlemen, we have official chaos to kick off Monday Night Raw, and there's been a match officially booked for Clash of the Champions. It'll be Bianca Belair, Alexa Bliss, and Asuka taking on Bailey, Dakota Kai, and Io Sky, aka Control, in a 6-women tag match at Clash at the Castle on September 3rd. So just be prepared, and we really wonder if somehow the women's tag team titles are going to be tied into this event going into that pay per view on September 3rd.
which
What
is
do you think about
possible.
Earl? I think it makes sense. I mean, what do you think?
Um, I think it makes sense. I, I, I would agree with this. I mean, nothing was settled last week.
Mm,
Control came in and disrupted the match last week, and this is a great way to settle the score.
absolutely. It just feels like that something. I don't know why Alexa Bliss just doesn't feel like she fits in this feud, and that I wish somebody else was taking her place. That's why I kind of wish like a Kyrie Sane or somebody else would have been partners with Asuka. Get rid of Alexa Bliss, and then you could have like the Kubukuki Warriors and Bianca taking on Control. I don't know. It just feel a little bit more special. Maybe it's just me wishing that Kyrie Sane does come back, but I mean, I'm not predicting anything unless they're trying to wait for another person to come back and clash at the castle is like a swerve. But the thing is now that you have to think about, you figured that these two teams were the headliners to win this tournament. You thought that Io and Dakota or Alexa and Asuka were probably the favorites to win the tag team titles. Do these two teams still somehow have the tag team titles included in this feud? Or does one of those other teams somehow come out on top and become tag champions? And then eventually introduce Sasha and Naomi, assuming they're coming back, as like, we're still the champions. We never lost the belts. We're going to have a match to see who the official tag team champs. So like that's the still convoluted part about it, is how they're going to put that together. What do you think about it? I mean, I just think overall that the other teams just don't feel like they work, they connect. I mean, you're throwing together a bunch of teams that don't make sense. I know they just threw together Nikita Lyons, I believe, and Zoe Stark. And I mean, Nikita Lyons and Zoe Stark, NXT potential. Nikita Lyons is sort of in the position right now where she's floating around. We don't know what's going to go on with her at the moment. And Zoe Stark obviously has a championship match that's coming around in not this week, but next week against Mandy Rose for the NXT Women's Championship. So we have to see exactly what team they might be trying to build around and who might be that team that they think was going to hold those championships, unless it's all just based around Sasha and Naomi coming back. That's the intrigue you have to think about with this whole women's tag team tournament. So, I'm just curious to see what's going to happen. What do you think about it, Earl? I think Earl's going through a little bit of technical difficulties right now with his computer, but we just got back to Monday Night Raw right now, and Seth Rollins is about to come out. He's coming out right now probably to address the crowd on the whole his future feud against one of the members of the Street Profits, and also probably brag about Matt Riddle and how he got rid of him.
Right.
Which I'm intrigued how they're going to do this. Are they going to do a rematch with Seth versus Montez Ford? Are they going to have him versus Angelo Dawkins? Is this at the beginning of a tease with Angelo Dawkins or Montez Ford potentially going heel on one another? I got to think about that. It's a little bit of a heel twist that was happening between these two this past last week on Monday Night Raw.
Right.
What do you think about it?
Well, it looks like Rollins is ready for a match. Um, I agree with the assessment.
Hmm.
Um, Rollins needs and I guess this is his program. He's going to be feuding with Montez Ford.
Hmm.
I think that's a good thing.
To be honest, Earl, I think this is just a filler feud right now, and I think this is more about what are the Street Profits? What's going to happen with them? Because eventually they're going to go back to Riddle coming back, and they're going to continue that feud between Riddle and Rollins. I think this is just
Right.
a filler feud right now with the
Oh
Street Profits.
yes, yes.
And they
I think you're absolutely right. I would agree with that.
And I think it might be teasing, because what are you doing with the Street Profits? They lost to the Usos, and unless these guys are going to get into some type of tag team feud with somebody else, are you pretty much getting these guys ready for a split? Is that what this Rollins feud is mainly about? Is trying to get this to Angelo Dawkins or Montez to split on one another? You have to think
That's a
about
good
that.
question. Um,
Because
just to let everybody know that last week Raw Watch Along got 82 views.
yes, thank you to everybody that came by to
So
watch.
we want to thank you last week. And if you want to see it again, the link for this show, the link for last week's show is in the description below, as well as Jeffrey's links, as well as
Mm.
my links, and everybody else's. Subscribe to Jeffrey's YouTube channel. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Subscribe to the
Hmm.
Hardcore Sports Network channel. And of course, follow them on Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch.
Seth's little
Um,
mannerisms. I love it. Seth's little
yeah,
mannerisms right now. It's so good. Oh, we got
yeah.
Dawkins,
I
Angelo Dawkins versus Seth Rollins tonight.
right.
This is interesting.
And also tonight on Raw, we're gonna get Rey Mysterio versus Finn Balor,
Yes.
which is presented which is presented tonight by Sonic.
Hmm. Sonic food. It might be good sometimes, but you don't want to overload on it. Get those hot
Yeah.
dogs and enjoy those shakes. And I think this feud, I think this feud is mainly, I think this feud is mainly to get Edge back into the picture, and eventually it's going to set up a match between Edge and Finn Balor at Clash at the Castle. Those two are going to have a one-on-one matchup, which how can you not be excited about that?
Yes, I
Nice
agree.
drop kick by Angelo Dawkins. Dawkins, I'm so impressed
Yes,
with how
and
much
that,
better he's gotten. Look at that. That springboard into a
and
drop
then,
kick on
oh,
Rollins. Nice twisting elbow in the air. Beautiful move by Angelo
okay,
Dawkins.
we are going to commercial. Just
Montez
to
Ford,
let
what the heck? What is that? What was that?
he did a
Oh!
pounce. He did a
Oh, he just
pounce.
pounced him over the desk.
He did a pounce.
Angelo Dawkins just pounced Seth Rollins over the desk after I don't know
And now
what.
we're going.
I don't know what Montez Ford was doing. He was just spazzing out on the outside. That was just ridiculously funny. I had a crack. I had LOL on that one. That was funny. I mean, jeez.
That was. Just to let everybody know, the second hour of Monday Night Raw, we're going to be giving you MLB scores of the night. So tune in for
Hmm.
that here on the Raw Watch Along. Now, ladies and gentlemen,
Not to
we
be
are
confused
in
with the Raw
commercial.
Underground.
Right.
And I want like I'm really
And
just
again,
like
I want.
go
Go
ahead,
ahead,
Earl.
Jeff.
I was gonna say like I'm really just like I'm really
No,
under
no,
like
go
want
go
to
ahead.
understand. I'm really just curious on what they're gonna do with the Street Profits. They're sort of in that nowhere land part right now. Are they really gonna split this team up because they're
Yeah,
lacking in tag teams right now? So it's like, do you really want to take away another tag team? But if there's nothing for these guys to do and it's just building to them eventually splitting, because I think last week was sort of a tease when they were doing that, rocks, paper, scissors thing. And then Montez just ran to the ring. I'm sure like Dawkins wasn't probably happy about that. So
Right.
what ended up happening is like it might be teasing a little bit of turmoil between the two of them, which could end up resulting in a split either at Clash of Castle or maybe the Monday Night Raw after that. So I'm curious to see where that storyline's going to go.
Exactly. Well, you know something, I do agree with that because you can't put them back in the tag team championship picture. We've seen that
Mm,
already.
mm.
So what do you do with them? I mean, what logic? What is the logical next step for them? And I agree with you that a split needs to happen.
Well, I mean, the logical thing to do, Earl, is to put them in a secondary tag team feud. You get another tag team that they can fight against, so at least they have something to do. But I mean, WWE, I guess, is just thinking that they might be thinking that maybe the Street Profits course it's run its course, and they really believe in Montez Ford's superstar. They think this guy is going to be a megastar. Like they really think highly of Montez Ford. No disrespect to Angelo Dawkins, he's solid too. But let's be honest, out of that duo, Montez Ford has the superstar. He's like the Shawn Michaels. Well, Angelo Dawkins is the Marty Jannetty. You see it in those two. So the thing is, do they think that maybe the
Right.
Street Profits have run their course and they're just ready to like strap the rocket pack to Montez and have Angelo Dawkins and them feud against each other for a little bit? Montez eventually wins, and then you can start getting him to secondary title. And then Angelo Dawkins, you got to try to find something for him to do. That's the problem. Is what is Angelo Dawkins going to do? Because
Right.
Montez, I think, is going to be a star. And we just returned back from
I
commercial.
agree. Yeah, we just come back from commercial, and Seth Rollins just kicked. Uh oh. The referee is trying to hold back Montez Ford from coming in the ring with a chair, and
Oh,
Rollins is daring him to get disqualified.
see those little things causing tension. It's
Oh, Montez Ford has been kicked out of the building. The referee had no choice but to kick him out of the building.
and everything what that does, it causes dissension with him and Dawkins because Dawkins he got involved in Dawkins' match, and that's a heelish
Right,
thing to do.
right.
So I think this might be
And
teasing a little bit more dissension. Seth, this
Dawkins
is all
just
just
flew
Seth
over
doing
the top.
something.
Yeah. Dawkins now with a fall away slam to Rollins. He splashes Rollins in the corner. Insecurity to Rollins.
Nice move.
And chicken wing buster on Rollins.
Oh,
Uno, dos, no. No.
nice move by
No.
Dawkins. I just caught that flip over the top rope.
Yes.
Nice fall away slam, beautifully executed. Yep. Twisting corkscrew, Insiguri,
I
and
just
there it
want
goes,
to
that twisting neckbreaker.
let everybody know. Twisting neck breaker. Okay. Thank you very much. Want to let everybody know that this Friday at 10 a.m., WrestleMania tickets go on sale.
Mm-hmm.
WrestleMania tickets go on sale this Friday
Mm-hmm.
at Ticketmaster.com. Oh, a power bomb to Seth Rollins. No, Seth Rollins kicks out. Remember, WrestleMania is 2 nights, and tickets will go on sale this Friday at
Oh!
10 a.m. Oh, Escobar is here.
Nope.
Oh, let's add Escobar to the screen.
Oh! Sit down power bomb. One, two. Nope.
What's going on, gentlemen? How we doing?
How we doing tonight?
I am wonderful. How about yourself?
Doing very
Escobar,
well.
Escobar, welcome to. We're doing. very busy day today. I do apologize for the delay, Escobar. But welcome to the Raw Watch Along here in the
Let's
Hardcore
get it.
Sports Network.
Pedigree just got
Uh,
hit.
and just a
Oh,
reminder, right
pedigree
after
by
this, we
Rollins.
have Kevin
One,
Owens versus
two,
Ezekiel.
three. Rollins. Oh no, again?
Nope. Yeah, I think they're teasing that again.
Again? Oh, he's gonna do the stomp. He's gonna do the stomp. Oh,
And pedigree. 1, 2, 3, and it's over.
mhm.
Seth Rollins picks
And
up the
Rollins
victory
did
over
the
Angelo
extra
Dawkins.
stomp. Mhm.
Yep. Here he
Um,
goes. Stop
just
right
to
to
remind,
the mat. And there's Montez again trying to come in and prevent any further damage after what happened with Angelo Dawkins as he's laid out in the middle of the ring right now. He's trying to keep Seth Rollins looking
now we're
strong.
seeing
Trying to
what
keep him
Edge
looking
said
strong.
last week on Monday Night Raw.
So do y'all think Edge looks better
Yes.
with long hair or short hair?
I'm getting used to
Um,
Edge with the short hair. It's just very odd. I don't know how
I
to
love
feel
the
about
short
it.
hair.
What do you think?
I think
I
it's
think it's pretty average. I mean, he looks like a
I
human,
think
but
it's
I miss
edgy.
Caveman Edge.
I do too. I miss old Edge from the mid
Yeah.
2000s. You know that was the best. That was the best Edge when he was the
And
rated
his
R
tights,
superstar.
too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. They changed his
Yes.
character too much recently. I mean,
Um.
they turned him into like 2 or 3 different characters in the past year and a half.
Yes.
I
And
think the reason why is because Edge wants to go through so many character changes before he retires, because the boots are going to have to eventually get left in the ring at the end of the night. And you have to
probably,
remember too that like Edge still has a lot left in him, but I feel like he's just trying to get everything he can within like his career. Because I remember he wanted to do another Brood reunion, he wanted to do an Edge and Christian reunion, and then everything's just all crazy, with wrestling politics and
yep.
everything. But I think the rivalry is very interesting. I do think we're going to see like a mixed tag match though between Ray and Aaliyah versus Rhea Ripley and Finn Balor maybe. Or Damian
As I've
Priest. I mean,
seen.
Damian Priest is really good. People really sleep on him. I love his
Oh,
indie
Damian
work,
Priest is
especially in
fantastic.
Lucha Underground.
Go check out his NXT work that he did about a year or two ago.
Yeah.
He's putting on some amazing
Exactly.
matches. Go check out Keith Lee versus Dominic
So
Dijakovic versus Damian Priest for the North American Championship in NXT. You want to talk about 3 big guys that can fly and put on a great match? Go check that out if you haven't already. You're going to be in for a
Yeah.
show watching those 3 battle it out. Priest is awesome. I just think that the problem with this feud is that they
okay.
didn't give this chance to
Let
marinate.
Yeah.
They should have not taken Edge out of the group too soon.
no,
That's
they
the
didn't give
problem.
it a chance to marinate.
They took Edge out too quick, and
No,
it
that,
it
that was a
didn't make
dumb
sense.
move.
Yeah.
Speaking of Edge, he has a Triple H jacket, which I think is kind of interesting.
Um.
But
Yeah. Just to let everybody know, if you are new in the chat, welcome to the Raw Watch Along here in the Hardcore Sports
whoa,
Network.
whoa. Dominic just
Dominic
pushed
is
Edge.
pissed off at Edge because of just because of what happened last week with the spear.
Dominic's showing a little bit of attitude. That's what he
Uh oh.
needs.
I do like, by the way, how Dominic has vintage 90s WCW Eddie Guerrero hair. That is so nostalgic. He looks just like his dad looking like that.
Is this like a little bit of a tease that Dominic is
Okay,
starting to
we're gonna go to
turn?
commercial.
Give
Is
it
Dominic
time.
starting to turn?
I don't know.
Oh, they should. I would not turn him now
We'll
until
see.
you get closer to Survivor Series or even by the Royal Rumble. Build it up. Don't do the turn too quick, but drop those little hints around the fall and towards like Survivor Series Royal Rumble time. Give those little hints that the turn is coming, and then right when you get to one of those major events, turn him heel on his father.
I
That's when you
say
do it.
have Dominic eliminate Ray in the men's Royal Rumble match, and then the Raw after WrestleMania have Dominic turn heel. That would definitely give it an iconic moment for the Raw after Mania and something to look
Mm.
forward to.
You would wait until after WrestleMania. You wouldn't do it after
Yeah,
the
Um,
Royal Rumble.
you have to hear me out on this because you can do it like this. Hey, it's the Royal Rumble. We all have to fight for what we like. I mean, look at back in 2014 when Roman
Hmm.
Reigns did it to John Moxley and Seth Rollins. I mean,
Yep.
they still work together. And I mean, the night after Payback in June of that same year, that's when they broke. It's possible to do it. It's just the ability of being patient with the fans and as well as utilizing and executing the story. I think that's one thing that kind of happens a lot in wrestling is that a lot of people want to rush it. You can't rush it. It's like a book. You got to
You
read the
said it
book.
right there. You're absolutely right. People want everything to be done immediately, and sometimes a nice slow burn is actually a better outcome because then you get that big turn. You get that big turn, face or heel, and it actually makes the execution that much better instead of just rushing through it, like sort of what they did with the turn with Edge getting turned on by his group. That made no sense because they're talking about the fact that, oh, we're tired of being controlled by you. We're tired of this. You've barely been a month under his control. Like, it
Well,
didn't
they
make any
only did
sense.
that. Well, it didn't make sense, but it didn't help that backstage
right.
they weren't
Yeah.
giving Edge
Maybe
the
the
proper freedom
tunes.
to do it.
Hello, how are you?
Oh, maybe Tunes Peanuts. What's popping, y'all?
What's going on?
Yes.
Maybe Tunes
I
I
Penis.
like this one. Next shift,
uh,
Randy at
uh
8:10. Haha,
I
kick
just
ass tonight,
I
That's my
boys.
boy. That's my boy Randy. He does some good stuff on YouTube too.
I'll have to
yeah
check it out.
yeah let me just remind everyone right now we are in a commercial break. We are waiting for the Raw to continue.
Mm.
At 9 o'clock, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to give you the MLB scores. Remember, tune in to 9 o'clock. We're going to be giving you the MLB scores, and we're going to bring you update on the baseball that is happening around the league. That is the second hour of Monday Night Raw. And you are watching the
Now,
Raw Watch Along. I am your host, Earl Cole of the Wrestling Experience, and we are beaming on the Hardcore Sports Network. We are beaming on Twitter, Twitch, and of course on my channel, and of course on the Hardcore Sports Network channel. Hit those like buttons. Hit those like buttons if
Really
please
helps the
do
channel.
on the Hardcore
it's very
Sports.
easy.
Yes, it helps the channel.
Just
Hit
drag the
that like
mouse
button.
over and hit the
Hit that
thumbs
like
up.
button.
That's all you got to do.
Yeah, hit
And
that
tell your
thumbs up.
friends
Hit
about
that
it.
like
Watch the
button.
stream.
Tell your friends. Tell them
Watch
about the
the
stream.
stream.
Tell them
Watch
about
the
the
heart.
channels. Only helps promote the channels and promotes everybody
Yes,
else's individual channels as well as the main one
exactly.
as well.
Show your little kids this as well. Get them educated on how to properly talk and
Exactly.
learn.
And ladies and
Now, I was going to ask you guys too,
exactly.
real quickly, before
And
we go
ladies
back
and
to
gentlemen, we
Raw.
are about to come back to Raw.
What did you guys think about Karrion Kross and Scarlett Bordeaux's return this
Yes.
past Friday SmackDown? What did you guys
Not
think?
expecting it. I thought that was
Loved
good
it.
execution.
Loved
Loved
it.
it.
Loved it too. That
Loved it.
was
I
fantastic.
love how
Loved
he's
it.
grown out his hair and has
Loved
a
it.
beard now. He's gonna look more deadlier, honestly. Appearances definitely make a huge impact,
Love it.
not like in just sports in general.
It was a perfect way to do it too, because now you just threw Cross
Yes.
back in. You established him as one of the most dominant people on your brand, and you have him going against the top heel. So you could have a little feud with him and Drew McIntyre if you choose that. Or what I actually thought of an idea that maybe at Clash at the Castle, if you want to do all three of them in a match, you do a two falls match. One for the WWE title, one for the Universal title. And you can have Reigns get pinned by each of them individually. They don't get pinned by each other. So that way you can have the feud sort of blow off just for now. Cross becomes one champion. McIntyre becomes the other. And then eventually you could build into them having a big match at Survivor Series, and there you go. You have yourself a major main event match at Survivor Series between Karrion Kross, one champion, and Drew McIntyre, the other champion. And you don't rush things together. You can maybe things build up a little bit for a future feud between the two of them. It's an
That does sound
idea.
really creative. You know what would be cool
And
though
Reigns
too?
gets time off.
What
Yeah,
would be
that is.
cool too if they did this was they did a since you have to remember they had the hourglass all that Roman's time is coming up. Like
Mm.
what if they went back to ECW Barely Legal 97 where whoever won the Undisputed Universal title match has to immediately face Karrion Cross immediately after the match.
It's not a bad idea. Sort of like a Money in the Bank cash in a little bit, but not quite.
I wanted to do a Money in the Bank cash in. You have to, if you think of it like this, you have to remember, like you could do something like this. Say your time is coming. Like anytime that Roman cuts a promo or whatnot, have Karrion Cross interfere on the Titantron. Just be like, hey,
Mm.
just reminding you your time's coming up, and he's just gonna keep on getting annoyed and annoyed. He's
Get
like,
his
you know what? I
cerebral in
don't
his
care.
head. Get in Roman
And
Reigns'
so,
head.
but what he'll do is that the night the go home show to Clash of the Castle, don't advertise Karrion Cross at all on the show because that'll have people
Mm.
think, what's going on? Why wasn't he there? Why wasn't he there? And Roman's going to be like, you know what? He's not going to do nothing. He was just talking. Then that's when he attacks and stuff like that.
I love it. I
I
love
think
it.
it's gonna go. I think it's gonna be well, honestly, because one, I
Well,
love how it's more
I, I,
diverse.
Mm. It's something different too. So actually, not a bad idea at all. It's sort of like it's not quite a Money in the Bank cash in, but it's like you just won that. You just beat your opponent for the championship, and you're going right into another match with somebody else that deserves the championship, and then that's where Cross beats Roman, and he becomes champ, and that immediately establishes Cross as the dominant heel on that brand, and then
all
Reigns
right,
can go away for a little bit.
What do you think, Earl?
right. Um, I agree with everyone's assessment except for one thing, though. The title is still unified. Um, I'm not sure what direction the WWE wants to go this title hunt into. But one thing that still just doesn't make any sense. The brand split needs to end, and you need to have
Oh,
one universal champion to go on both brands. Ooh, Kevin
It's my
Owens
guy.
trip.
Earl used logic and made Kevin Owens trip on the stairs. Earl using that
Yeah.
logic.
Mm. Okay.
He's gonna
This
blame
is like that
Ezekiel. He's gonna
WWE
lie.
2K cutscene. Oh God!
Yeah. Oh, Ezekiel right into the ring post. Kevin
He's lying.
Owens
It's
now
his fault.
throwing
He's lying.
Ezekiel into the
Oh,
um
okay.
Ooh,
okay. Kevin
I love it.
Kevin Owens now with a power bomb to Ezekiel on the edge of the ring
Oh,
post. On the edge of the ring, excuse me.
oh my God, Kevin Owens is going nuts. I love this. I love this. I'm
Uh
so happy
oh.
to see Kevin Owens
I
back on Raw.
think
Okay.
okay, well this match is gonna end in a no contest.
I think it was excellent on
Oh,
how to do it. You're booking him as a
Um
Papa
monster.
Powerbomb. He needs to be. If there's one guy that has not been treated well that deserves it, it's Kevin freaking Owens. He's been so
Ezekiel
good with his promos. He's been so
Ezekiel
good with
can't
his
move.
matches. He deserves it.
I want you guys to think about this. Kevin Owens literally main evented
Oh,
WrestleMania against Stone Cold Steve Austin, and he is still the most talked about wrestler ever. Well, for this era right now, this year. I mean, I can
Absolutely.
honestly say this right now. I like Earl says a few minutes ago, the brand split needs to end. And you know
Mm,
what? Me personally, I would not mind to see another Kevin Owens Roman Reigns feud for the title. I think
give
it would
it.
be unique. But what I think would be kind of cool though is if you have I want it's rarely done to be
uh,
possible, but to give off that paranoid Austin look from 96 to 97
we're
when he was
going to
angry feuding with
commercial.
Brett, I think that'll
Mm.
go well.
Oh, he's laughing. Kevin Owens is laughing. He's laughing at his chaos. It's so
Okay.
good. How can you not like Kevin Owens? Really, he's the type of guy you want to root for. He's that good.
Honestly, Kevin Owens gives me vibes of Eddie Kingston, but he's
Um
Canadian.
He's a better Eddie Kingston because the guy can go in the ring and he's awesome on the mic. But I
Um,
honestly think what they're going to do with
just to
Kevin
let
Owens.
everybody know, we
Go ahead, Earl. I'm
Go ahead,
sorry.
Earl.
no. Go ahead, Jeffrey. Finish your point, please.
I was just gonna say real quick. I think what I thought the direction they would go is because of what's going on with Sami Zayn on SmackDown, and with him teasing with the Usos. The Usos pretty much looking like they're using Zayn. That you figure that Zayn is eventually going to get kicked out of the Bloodline. The Usos and Roman are going to beat the crap out of him. Mainly the Usos, and then Kevin Owens is going to come out and save his buddy, and then that's going to eventually lead to a tag team title match between the Usos versus Owens and Zayn, and then eventually Owens and Zayn are going to capture the titles and beat the Usos. That's
But
what
do
I
we
thought was
really
going to
want to?
happen.
But do we really honestly want another Cammy and like a Sammy and Kevin show though? While
Yes,
yes, the
yes, I
work is
do.
good, I get it, but I want you to think about this too. I think it's safe to say that we need to give Sammy more credit for what credit's due. Like
Oh yeah.
you mentioned before, who could ever forget NXT Takeover Our Arrival? Freaking his match with Adrian Neville, now Pac in AEW, phenomenal
Mm.
match. I feel like if they utilize more on, like I said, because I remember Triple H said he wants to do more wrestling. I feel like if they focus more on wrestling ability, I think that's going to help elevate the sport more and definitely drive in people to be more focused on the moves and the holds than some of the stories. Yes, the stories are good, but you have to
You need
remember
the
too.
stories though. You need the stories though. It's important in
Yeah,
wrestling.
like I said, it's a perfect balance. But I feel
Yeah.
like now that they're going to start balancing it more, I think that's what's going to be utilized.
Mm.
Because sometimes people like to prioritize one thing over
It's
the
not.
other. Well, yes, it is good, but you forget it sometimes.
Yeah. Go ahead, Earl.
I no, all good points, gentlemen. And I'm glad that you all are here tonight because your analytics is absolutely fantastic.
Thank you.
I think that I need to get off the stage
No, 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 no,
and
no, no.
No, 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 no,
retire.
no, no, no,
Uh,
no, no.
oh, no. Uh,
Our
just
analytics are not
to
that. We're
just
not
to point
perfect.
out.
By curiosity, Jeffrey, what state you representing, man? Where you
No. Neither
representing?
am I either.
Jersey,
But
New
I
Jersey.
Jersey? All right,
Hmm.
let's
East
go. We got
Coast. Jersey
all right,
too.
man. Oh no, I'm North Carolina. I have folks that stay out on Tom's River.
um
Are you down by the Outer Banks? Are you more towards like the Charlotte area, Raleigh?
I more towards the Outer Banks. I live in a military town called Jacksonville, but
Mm,
we represent Horseman country, WCW country, and everything.
there you go. There you go.
Honestly, Jim Crockett and everything. But I'm not the North Carolina wrestler
uh
fan that's gonna like defend Ric Flair on everything. So you ain't got to worry about that.
Well, I don't know what Ric Flair was thinking having that last match and getting busted open, but hey, Ric Flair wants to go
I
out on
chose
a blazing
I
glory.
chose not to watch it. I'll be honest. I chose not to watch it because I knew
I
like
didn't either. I didn't either.
I'd rather
I
see the
couldn't.
highlights on Reddit or Twitter. Honestly.
It's the same thing. I didn't want to see it. I'd rather just watch the highlights and stuff. Go ahead, Earl. I apologize.
um no, that's okay. We are back on the air with Monday Night Raw. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, if you are watching for the first time, welcome to the Raw Watch Along here on Monday Night Raw. Um, that's Escobar. This is Jeffrey. I'm Earl Cole. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are beaming on the Hardcore Sports Network. Please hit that like button and subscribe
That's
to the
right.
Hardcore Sports Network. And here comes Judgment Day.
And be sure to
Yes.
subscribe to them on Twitch at Hardcore Sports One. Be sure to
Mhm.
donate and subscribe as it really helps out the channel. And also be sure to support all of your local channels. It's not all about Wrestle Talk or What Culture or Cultaholic. While yes, those are good, not everybody is as talented as the person that you're watching right now.
Exactly. You'd be surprised how some of the people that might be on those smaller platforms actually might know a little bit more than you think about the wrestling business and some of the bigger channels. So
I'll tell you
just
all this
because,
right now. Tell you this right now. While yes, over in the United Kingdom, strategic, wonderful history of wrestling fans. But I'm telling you, Earl's from New York. He's been to Madison Square Garden. A lot of wrestling has happened in the Garden, and it's so relevant to this day. You from Jersey. I mean, we have wrestlers, and I'll mention Bam Bam Bigelow, Liv Morgan. I mean, you have all these
Sonya
great
Deville,
talents. Sonya
AJ
Deville. Oh, yeah.
Lee. I think AJ Lee was around the Jersey area.
Yes. I'm gonna say it right now. AJ Styles was born in my hometown, so Georgia, you don't claim him. We claim him on our
Oh
taxes
yeah.
this year. I don't care what y'all say, but like I said, a lot of I'll just say this, and I'll
I
be biased. I
digress.
don't care. I'll be biased. Over on the East, like New York, Jersey, North Carolina, Virginia, and everything, I think that's some of the best wrestling, honestly. Between the
You got the
Southeast and the
hardcore
Northeast
fans.
stuff,
Hardcore fans.
and
That'll be
Pennsylvania, never can't forget ECW.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
I'm not saying that West Coast or stuff out in Chicago is bad, but I feel like over on the East, you get more stories, you get more history. Because, I mean, think about it like this: Earl was there for numerous events, like Triple H's return in 2002, Jimmy Snuka jumping off the cage. He was there for Survivor Series 2011, where
Hmm.
Howard Finkel's final appearance. And, I mean, Jersey has great places, too. I mean,
I was
venues in
there for
East
Dolph
Rutherford.
Ziggler's. I was there for Dolph Ziggler's big cash in when he won the
Was that
championship.
in
The crowd
was
went
that in East
nuts.
Rutherford
Oh,
by
I
chance? Was
was
that in East
Yep,
there.
Rutherford?
it
I
was at the
can't.
Continental Airlines
The
Arena when he cashed in, and the crowd went
Izod
nuts.
Center.
Nice.
Yep. And then I was
Yeah, the
there for Seth
Izod
Rollins'
Center.
big return
The
when he came back from a
night.
torn ACL.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so I agree with you 100%. The East Coast have some of the best wrestling fans, some of the most passionate wrestling fans, some of the smartest wrestling fans. That they are dedicated and they will be there and they will give the energy that you need for these wrestlers and they will make sure that if they like it, they'll let you know. If they don't like it, they'll let you know too. And that's what you got to love about the wrestling fans. They're smart. They know the
I think that
business.
I think the issue sometimes with the Midwest crowd is, like I said, I'm not dogging on them. I'm not disrespecting them. You can tell the differences. That's more of a crowd that wants to get themselves over rather
Mm,
than watch the story. I'll admit there are
mm.
certain venues that do that too. Like sometimes downtown Raleigh, they'll do that. Uptown Charlotte, they'll do it. But like we all know that like out in Chicago or sometimes out like in California, most of the crowds like to get themselves over.
I just got to be honest. Do you guys buy Finn Balor as like this
Okay.
big time heel in this group? I don't know. I'm just not feeling it 100%.
As
Priest,
some
yes.
as someone that grew up, I watched Finn Balor when he was Prince Devitt in New Japan, as well as see him form the
Oh,
Bullet Club. You can tell there's a difference of styles, and honestly, it's not.
It's not resonating.
I feel like he's just been cursed ever since he won the Universal title for the first time.
Mm.
Like, I mean, if I'm not mistaken,
okay.
I know he's won the
I just
Intercontinental
want to
Champion and U.S. title, but that's it.
Go ahead,
exactly.
Earl. I'll stop talking.
Just to let everybody know, we have a major announcement. Damian Priest will take on Edge in Toronto, Ontario, Canada edition of Monday Night Raw. In
I
two
like it.
weeks,
I like it.
Edge hasn't wrestled on Raw in 12 years. Mm,
And I think that's a setup for Edge and Damian Priest. Edge is going to get the big victory, and then that's going to eventually set up Edge versus Finn Balor at Clash at the Castle. I think that's what they're pretty much setting that up as.
yes.
Hmm. I do look forward to
Okay,
Rey
folks,
Mysterio
we
versus
are
Finn
going to go to
Balor, though.
commercial.
I do too. I think it's going to be a fun match.
Yes. All right, we're going to get ready for the second hour of Monday Night Raw.
That's brought to you by Sonic.
And
Yeah.
right, exactly.
Get your chili dogs, get your
So,
shakes, get your fruity drinks, get them all of them.
Do you guys have Sonic up north?
Yeah, there's actually there's a
no.
Sonic not that far from my place over here in New. There's quite a few of them in New Jersey. We didn't have a Chick-fil-A for a while, but those have migrated over here. Probably the
Oh,
past.
really?
No, we didn't have one for years. It probably came over here
Wow.
the last 10, 15 years or so. That's when they started like pop up all over the place.
Just in my hometown, we have 3 Chick-fil-A's. And it's
Oh, they're
like,
all over
that's
the
as most as we
place.
have with McDonald's. Yeah, like, and
Oh,
they're all busy.
I love
Like,
Hardee's too. Hardee's are
I
so good as well.
we only have
I,
one Hardee's, though. What about you, or what you like?
I had I had the Shake Shack today
Shake
for
Shack is
lunch
so
while I
good.
was on break from work. Good stuff.
It is.
Ladies
Underrated
and
hamburgers.
gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, yes, ladies and gentlemen, it is 8:55, and that means that we are getting ready for the second half of Monday Night Raw, and that means I'm going to give you the MLB scores of the night. So while we wait for Monday Night Raw to continue, here are your scores from the MLB here on the hard course. The Blue Jays are taking on the Orioles 3-2, top of the sixth. The Mets are winning 3-1 over the Reds, top of the sixth. The Nationals are losing to the Cubs 3-0. Okay. The Diamondbacks and the Padres will start at 9:40. The Giants will start at 9:40 with the Padres. Let's see what we got here. Okay, I did say the Cubs are winning 3-0 over the Nationals at the third inning. The Mets are still winning 3-1 in the sixth. The Blue Jays are losing to the Orioles 5-2 in the sixth. And the Yankees and the Mariners will be at 10-10
Let's go Yankees.
in
Go
Seattle.
Mets.
Those, ladies and gentlemen, are your sports. Yes, those are your MLB scores of the night, ladies and gentlemen, on the
If Raw was
Hardcore
2 hours, I can
Sports
catch the Yankees
Network.
game.
Um,
Who are they playing tonight?
Seattle.
I'm
Chad,
surprised you're not a fan of like one of
Chad,
the teams closer to
Seattle.
North Carolina.
Well, for like minor league baseball, yes. The Down East Wood Ducks based down in Kinston, yes. But my dad, he is a fellow New Yorker. He grew up in the Bronx. So as a homage to him and a tribute to him, only for baseball, I'll do the Yankees. But North Carolina, go Panthers, go Hornets, go Hurricanes, go Tar Heels, everything. But until we get the Charlotte Knights that I've been waiting for so many years, go
Mm.
Yankees. And Earl's
They're
seen
actually
him.
gonna have a baseball team.
They said they will, but I'll believe it when I
Okay.
see it. Earl, you remember the Yankees letterman I showed you from a while ago? So I'm
Oh
curious. I
yes,
know this
yes,
is off
yeah,
topic. I know this is off topic,
absolutely.
but Jeffrey, what's your
Shoot.
go-to pizza place up in Jersey? Because I love
Oh
going
man,
to Seaside and getting Three Brothers
that's
and the
tough.
Sawmill.
You're really splitting hairs with that one, but one of my favorites that I usually go to is the Star Tavern down in Orange. I don't know why, but I
Ooh,
love the bar pizza, and I think Star Tavern's got some of the best pizza in New Jersey that not a lot of people talking about.
Like
But I do.
I'm on a journey to discover like the best local pizzas from each state. Earl's got me hooked on East Village in Brooklyn.
Mm,
And it's like I said, Jersey. I don't. It's like I said, I'm not sure where to go to for Jersey for pizza. Honestly, I mean,
there's
I
a lot
think.
of great places in New Jersey that you can go to, like
Oh,
pick
I
and
bet.
choose. There's a lot of good places in New
you
York
know,
too, whether it's even
you
in
know. Let me ask Jeffrey something.
shoot. And I was going to ask Escobar something too
I'm
about
sorry. Go ahead. Finish your point, Jeffrey. I'll jump in a minute.
what's going on,
Go
Drew, on
ahead.
that beat. I was going to
Drew on
ask
the beat.
Ray,
Escobar.
What's up, Jeffrey?
yeah,
I was going to ask like what you think about the women's tag team tournament and like who you think is the favorite after you've seen the bracket. Because me and Earl discussed
Honestly,
about it earlier.
well, here I'm gonna pull up the bracket here on my phone real quick, so that way, because I don't want to say something false and get
I
canceled
don't
on by
like
the
it.
wrestling culture.
I don't like it so far. What I saw, unless there's a swerve coming, I'm not a big fan of it. And especially after the
I'm not
segment
a
they
big.
had to begin the show, I don't know if I like it.
Real
Drew
talk.
on the beat.
I'm happy to have
Hello,
a tournament. One, I'm happy to just have a tournament. And what's up, Drew on the beat? I'm happy to have a tournament in WWE. But here, I'll say this in my personal opinion. I think the left bracket looks somewhat better than the right because the left you have Dakota Kai, Io Sky, or Io Shirai. I'll say Shirai personally.
It's just too
Alexa
easy.
Bliss and
It's
Asuka,
mm,
and Nikki Ash and Piper Nevin. I can't say Dewdrop. Piper Nevin.
no. Please,
Um,
thank you. No, no more with
like
the stupid dewdrop name. Please get rid
I
of it.
just can't. Like, I mean,
Can
looking
we
at
turn
how
Nikki
they,
Ash back to Nikki Cross too, please? Drop the stupid superhero gimmick and bring her back to her sanity days, please.
I don't know, like,
Just to let everybody, just to let everybody know that on my show, I don't know if you saw the tweet, but there are two names on my show that have been permanently banned on my show, and you cannot use names anymore. That one
What's
of
going
them
on further? How you
is
doing, bro?
Dewdrop, and the other one is Gunther. Do not use that on my show. If you are going to
You
talk
will
about
get
them,
the
please
you will
use
get the
the other
ban.
names.
You
Walter.
deserve a band if you say those things.
Like how Jersey kicked out Sicily. You can't have
Yeah.
it.
Yes.
I mean
Exactly. Exactly.
The Italians,
Right.
because Jersey has the Italians, and then freaking they get them Sicilians. It's crazy. I'm joking, by the way. Don't take me
Oh,
serious.
none
Don't take.
taken. None taken. I'm not even Italian, so I don't take any offense to it.
I'm half and half.
I'm not.
I'm
I'm
half
not
Mexican,
offended by
half
it
white,
either.
and Puerto Rican.
I'm actually 100% Jewish.
Oh, that's what's
So
up, bro. That's really
yeah.
cool, honestly. Like,
Well, I
I'm a
grew up in
fan
the
of all
Parsippany
cultures.
area. Me too. Doesn't matter. It's not even about. It's not about the culture. It's about the person. That's how I always feel about it.
I remember I had a friend of mine in high school. I'm not gonna say his name for privacy, but I used to watch a lot of Lucha Libre, but I mainly watch like old school stuff, like from the '90s, because I used to watch stuff like Ultimo Dragon and Old
Mm.
Psychosis and Super Crazy. And he's like, "You're a Mexican. You don't like Mexican wrestling?" I'm like, "Whoa, bro! Like, there's different styles.
No.
There's
That's like
different
me
versions
going
of
up to
Mexican wrestling.
Earl saying, Earl, you're from New York. You're only supposed to like only WWF stuff. You can't like WCW. Like,
Mm.
that's stupid. That's one thing I can't stand about modern wrestling fans. I
Well, it's the
have a
same thing with
love-hate
WWE and
relationship.
AEW. They had like a fight between fan bases, like AEW sucks, WWE is great, or vice versa. Tribalism. Tribalism.
Honestly,
That's why.
this is how I feel. There's more. Like I want y'all to think about this. Like, there's more. Like, for us to watch. Like, I mean, but I get it. Some people prefer one thing over the other, but I don't want to shame somebody for not like liking what I like. Why would I tell somebody to like what I like? That separates differentiality from everybody trying to be unique. Like
It,
me,
it makes no
I personally
sense.
prefer like me personally, I prefer New Japan. Like, I love because I used to love watching old catch style wrestling, and I used to do wrestling back in middle school and high school, so that's what I like doing. I'm
Mm.
not saying that I'm gonna go on a limb and say New Japan is better. I don't know why you guys are watching this. Like, one of the funniest things is I'm not sure if you guys ever played WWE 2K22, but the My Rise character Mark, he has this funny voice where he's like, I'm a huge fan of Japanese wrestling. I see it all the time on Twitter. You know, if you do this, you can do that. And I'm just like, dude, I'm like, it's like, shut up.
Oh crap!
Looks
We
like we
just
lost
lost
Earl.
Earl. And we
It's
lost
fine.
Earl.
It's fine. He's gonna come back. He'll come back. I'm confident he'll come
Most
back.
definitely. Right now we got Finn Balor and Rey Mysterio. Mysterio's on the outside. He just did himself an over the top rope with a pinning combination. Balor kicks out at 2. Got a nice little fast paced match we got going on here. Finn
And don't
Balor.
sleep on this match either.
Oh no, this match is really good. It's two quick paced guys that have good chemistry with one another, and nobody can ever discredit what neither of these guys, both these guys, can do in the ring. They're two
Just
of the best.
remember, folks, these two athletes have also not only have they wrestled well together, these are the same cruiserweight wrestlers that have wrestled numerous heavyweights and have also won numerous championships around the globe. So they know their ways around the ring.
Absolutely. And Rey Mysterio is already one of the biggest success stories in the WWE, always being known as that guy that's like the little man that can overcome like the giants, or the type of wrestlers that he's fought and overcome over the years. And you got to appreciate what he can do. And I agree with what you said about Finn Balor. This guy has been snake bit ever since he won that Universal Championship, but at the same time, he hurt his shoulder against Seth Rollins years ago at SummerSlam. And it just seems like he's never been on track since that moment. And it's a shame because Finn Balor is so good when he actually has the chance to show what he can do.
I think their fear is, I'm not defending it, but from how most of the management wants to see is like, I guess it's like, okay, we give you this championship, but since you got injured, okay, that kind of gives them mistrust in them. I hate it, but that's kind of how they think, which I understand why. Like, how can I put this? I don't agree with it, but I understand.
I do. I feel the same way. So it is like that. And sometimes you just wonder with management, like, I understand if you're a little bit hesitant because a guy has a couple of injury issues, but at the same time, you got to trust in their talent and their ability to get over. And we know when Finn Balor has like the right push behind him, the guy can get over. He's very popular with the crowd. His demon character is one of the best characters you have in the company. So you got to put your trust in him that he's going to be able to stay healthy and still provide the type of entertainment that you're expecting. Because Finn Balor is one of the best wrestlers in that company, hands down, bar none. I know he's getting up there in age, but at the same time, he's still very talented. And I'm glad that at least he's getting a pretty decent push in Judgment Day because he was going nowhere. I still don't agree with the fact that they kicked Edge out way too quick because I think you had something special building with the group of Edge, Finn Balor, Damian Priest, and Rhea Ripley. That group was going somewhere, and they pulled the plug a little bit too quickly. We understand Edge didn't want to go with the magical stuff backstage, which they actually ended up not doing anyway. But I still think they pulled the plug way too quickly, and it sort of took away what Judgment Day really had going at the beginning. But, I mean, nobody can discredit what Finn Balor can do in the ring, out of the ring, on the mic, and at the same time, Damian Priest, one of the best big men, not only in the WWE, but around the world. This guy's ultra talented, great on the mic, fantastic in NXT, and I'm glad they're giving him a chance now in this WWE. I think because with Triple H in charge, he's going to make sure he books Damian Priest in the best way possible. And I think this guy has world championship written all over him going forward. And I love the fact they kept the Punishment Martinez gimmick. They kept the Punishment Martinez type gimmick with him. Everything all good,
That's
Earl?
the Damian Priest that I know. Earl is
Me
back,
too.
Mr. Manhattan. We missed you.
What's going on, Earl?
I really miss you, Earl.
I am.
Connection issues, Earl, over there by you?
I am.
Mr. Manhattan. Further AM like that one that you just said.
Appreciate
So
it.
sorry about that, ladies.
Don't worry about it, man. Wi-Fi's are pain in the asses all the time. They go at you when you least expect it. It's annoying. So don't worry about it.
Just think about it. It's a matter of time before they're going to go back to the old school internet with the phone line gimmick.
Oh, my God, yeah. You know it's coming. You know it's on the way somehow, some way.
Oh, Further AM says Mr. Manhattan. I love that. Yes. So,
Yes.
actually,
yes,
I'll give a quick
yes,
background story to that.
Mr. Manhattan, I love it.
Earl and I,
Yeah.
we always believe in just praising each other for our wrestling knowledge. So he'll call me like the incomparable, the knowledgeable. But the thing is like, I know it's cheesy doing the classic, you represent your state or whatnot, but I'm like, it works for Earl because he loves New York. I mean, so it works. So I call him Mr. Manhattan, Mr. Empire State of Wrestling, the big man from the Big Apple.
Just keep throwing out those euphemisms that work for like him and when it comes to New York City.
Honestly, if you're just
exactly.
creative and you just say it, it works. Like 9 times out of 10, if you were to say something in confidence, people would believe you than if you didn't have confidence. Like, prime example, I can go on a limb and say, this can of A&W root beer is the best root beer right now in the world. I don't care what anybody says. Like, with my voice, it's projected. Or if I can be like, well, I like A&W. I think it's the best. Like, I don't even sound like enthusiastic about it. Like,
you're like
that's what
second
people
guessing
don't
yourself
like.
while you're talking about it.
I can't do that. And besides,
No, you gotta
side
be real.
note, Barks
Gotta be
root beer is
yourself.
Side note, Barks root beer is the best.
Barks is
for
pretty damn good. I agree.
Uptown now.
If you haven't already, go check out
I
Further
actually like
AM's
that.
channel too. He's got some good stuff. Further AM does a lot of mixed mashups, so like a lot of highlight videos with the Philadelphia Eagles. He's a big Philadelphia Eagles fan. Fantastic job. Does a lot of great, behind the scenes stuff. Great with graphics. See this background you see right now on the Hardcore Sports Network? Further AM has a lot to do with that.
Right.
He's excellent when it comes to that stuff.
Really?
When it comes to backgrounds, when it comes to mashups, he's one of the best. One of the best. If you haven't seen his stuff, check it out. He did one for me as well not that long ago on my channel, so I appreciate it a lot what he does.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That is like genuinely awesome.
Yeah.
Just to let
anytime, bro.
Yeah.
You know I always got your back, Further.
Just to let everybody know. Yes. Yes, Further AM is awesome. Further AM is very awesome. And thank you so much for popping in, Further. I appreciate it. And hit that like button. Hit that like button. Just to let everybody know, WrestleMania Hollywood goes on. Tickets on sale this Friday, 10 o'clock.
When are they going to bring it to us? I
It,
swear, we need a WrestleMania in Charlotte. I'm still
well,
waiting.
Philadelphia's next.
I might go to that one,
Philadelphia's
honestly.
next.
I'm thinking about it.
Mm.
I'm interested too, like what main events they throw on for that one.
I'm expecting an extreme rules or a hardcore match book for that one.
I hope so. With them going back to TV 14 television soon,
Yeah.
absolutely. They're going to start
I'll tell
becoming
you
more
this right
edgy.
there. It's going to be interesting because this will be the first Mania they've been to since Mania 15 that they came to Philly.
Mm. Especially like you're going to the city of hardcore. They're going to
Yes.
try to add some type of element of hardcore in that pay per view because you want to try to tie in with what they do and have been doing in wrestling previously, with obviously ECW being the main thing that what happened over there. So they're
Paul
going to have some
Heyman's
type of
going to. I
hardcore.
know Paul Heyman will
I
have
would
something to do with
love it.
that.
I would love if they had Paul Heyman somehow in that. By the way, it was funny as hell. If everybody has not seen it, go watch WrestleMania and watch Paul Heyman begging for his life before he gets F5 through that announce table. One of the freaking funniest things you'll ever see. But you see Paul Heyman begging for his life. No! No! Don't! Rock! Rock! And he just goes right down to the table and just like lays there like a fish. It's one of the funniest things in the world.
All right, during this match right now, Edge is chasing down
Uh-oh. Here
Damian
comes
Priest.
Edge.
Priest looks so good as an enforcer. They did such a good job making him look just dominant as an appearance wise.
It's rare to make the enforcer look in a faction so good
Oh,
now for
Edge,
modern
Edge
wrestling,
and
man.
Priest.
And he looks great.
Edge,
Especially with his outfit too and everything.
Edge,
And his name
and
too. Bye bye, Priest. Run for your life. Here comes Edge.
Rey Mysterio just hit a sunset flip powerbomb. Kick out by Finn Balor. By the way, I kind of like the homage to the Chargers that Rey Mysterio is doing for the 619, even though they're in LA now.
Finn Balor's reaction is like, "Oh crap!" After he sees Edge and Priest just beating the hell out of each other in the crowd. I want that match. I cannot wait for Edge versus Priest in Toronto. That is going to be fun. Watching those two battle it out. That's a great match. And a
That'll be
nice
a
little
great
Code
TV
Red.
match.
yeah.
And I think that'll also be a great pay-per-view match too, personally.
Oh
I
my
could
God, yeah.
honestly, if they were to do this back in the 90s, I could see Edge and Damian Priest for like a television title match.
Oh, I would do it. I would still do it right now if you could set it up between those two. Give it to us.
Yeah.
You know how many people would love to see that. What an excellent Code Red too by Rey
Balor.
Mysterio on Balor.
Oh, Balor just drop kicked Rey Mysterio in the chest, and now he's going up to the top rope for the coup de
Coup de
grace.
grace. No.
I
No,
love that
he
drop kick.
missed. He missed.
I love that drop
Rey
kick by
Mysterio
Finn Balor.
now.
A shotgun drop kick.
Here comes the 6
He's dialing it up.
9.
What? Oh. Yo, Rhea Ripley is strong AF, y'all. Like,
She is. Hey, if people think
Rhea
Bianca
Ripley-
Belair is intimidating, look at Rhea Ripley.
Rhea
You don't want to
Ripley-
mess with that woman. She can take out a lot of the women a lot of the men on this roster. She's so intimidating.
Real talk, I'm gonna say
Finn
this
Balor
right now,
just got a
honestly.
hold of Rey.
What? I'll say it after this.
Oh, the coup de
But what are they
grace to
doing,
Rey
Ripley?
by the display. Ripley just attacked Rey's son. 1, 2, 3.
Honestly, I think you can make Rhea
Balor
Ripley like how
wins.
Is he
China was in
bleeding?
DX. Oh,
Is Dominic bleeding?
Yep.
Dominic's bleeding.
Okay.
I like that.
Yes.
That's
Okay.
good. That's what we need to see. Here we go. 1916 by Balor. Up top in the drop zone. And the coup de grace by Finn Balor for the 1-2. Balor wins in an excellent matchup with Dominic Mysterio bruised, battered, and bloody on the ramp because of Rhea Ripley. And who knows right now where Priest and Edge are beating the hell out of each other in the back. They could still be in the crowd. They could be in catering. Who knows where they are right now. But overall, great match. Awesome segment. Judgment Day gets the win, which I think was the right decision when it came down to this.
Edge and Oh, looks like we have a message from Stone Cold Steve Austin 316.
Okay.
Hi, I'm the real Stone Cold Steve Austin.
No,
What?
that's not a real person. That is
What?
not the
What?
real Stone
What?
Cold Steve
What?
Austin.
You're the real
No.
Stone
What?
Cold Steve Austin? What? Is that who you really think you are? What?
No.
Does that mean
Okay.
you're going to toast a
All
beer
right.
on the top rope? What? Does that mean you're going to drive a Zamboni into the ring? What? Drive
Okay,
a
if you're
beer
the real,
truck again like you did in 1999? What?
Mm.
I don't know how you guys feel about the what chant, but unless Stone Cold Steve Austin's out there, please stop. I've had enough
I
of the what
believe it.
chant. Please.
I feel
Enough
like
with the what
Austin
chant.
hates it himself because what started as a joke has become the most obnoxious thing ever.
Christian, right? Didn't Christian do it during a phone call years ago? Like he made a phone
Yeah,
call
that's what he
to
did.
Right.
he made a phone call to Stone Cold Steve Austin. They kept saying what, and then eventually it leaned on to this whole gimmick that came on. It's still one of the most over things in WWE in terms of the crowd.
I want y'all to
What
think
an
about
image,
this. Just what do you think's more obnoxious, the what chant or the yes chant?
I actually think the one that's more obnoxious
the
is the
what.
"This is awesome" one. A lot of
Oh
people chant
yeah.
"This is
Oh yeah.
awesome" and it's so
Oh
overrated.
well.
I so friggin' overrated.
I hate Fight Forever,
I
honestly.
think that. I think that.
That one too. A lot of these teams I actually just booked in my head of who could be together, and I can't believe it. They're actually going with it. I don't get it. I don't get it. Where's the element of surprise? Some of these teams have no business being together.
Oh,
Really?
Jeffrey, I think you triggered him. He says, "I'm the real Stone Cold Steve Austin."
What?
What?
You're the real Steel Cold Steve. Oh, so you got Sarah Schreiber right now doing an
Was
interview
somebody?
backstage with Dana Brooke and
Yes,
Tamina.
with
Oh God,
the
no!
and the worst wrestlers ever.
No more of the 24/7 title. Please get rid of it. Burn the belt. Throw it in the garbage. Incinerate it. Throw it off a bridge or something. Get rid
Give
of
a
it, please.
Give a Lunder Blaze a quick paycheck for the night and have her throw it in the trash. Be
Oh
like,
my God, yes,
have this be
please.
24/7.
Oh my God, it's such garbage.
Okay, but I'll be honest with
Okay,
y'all.
so up next, ladies and
I'm an
gentlemen,
old
we
school
have
guy. So
Dakota
you have
Kai
a
and Io
champion.
Sky.
You have a champion that's going into this match. If you pin that champion, that makes the champion look worthless. That's just my opinion. That's just me. Like, I don't know. Like, because I still believe in that. If you have a championship or hold the title, you have to represent that title, and you can't be pinned on a television show unless it's part of a good rivalry.
Absolutely.
I think that's a big taboo rule in wrestling. That's just me though. Like, you just can't do that. Like when Karrion Kross was NXT champion, he got beat by Jeff Hardy.
Well, that's Vince McMahon's idiocy
Yeah,
when he did that, with how he booked everybody on the main roster, and you can understand why people left the
Yeah,
company
he just
like they
buried
did.
him.
And you can understand why now everybody wants to run back to the WWE because Vince is not in control, and Triple H, who knows modern day wrestling and will give people opportunities to succeed, why they want to come back to the WWE.
While we're in commercial, I want to ask you gentlemen this, because I'm glad you brought that up, Jeffrey. I thought of this. With Triple H being head of creative and helping out more with the WWE, do you think that this could lead to a potential demise in AEW with the potential?
It already
not saying it's going
is.
to happen, but potential loss of Keith Lee, also Swerve Strickland, Adam Cole in the Undisputed Era, and much more. Do you think they'll go back?
I disagree with those guys because they're signed long term, and I don't think they're. Some of those guys are. I don't think the guys they're looking at. You know who they're looking at right now? MJF, Ricky Starks, Jungle Boy, Darby Allin, Wardlow, Powerhouse Hobbs. They're looking at those guys that are the homegrown talent of AEW. They've got those eyes on those players that are right now not getting the spotlight that they might have been getting before because of the amount of talent that Tony Khan's been bringing in, and they're counting down the days. Can you imagine Maxwell Jacob Friedman, who I think right now is the best personality in wrestling, bar none, if he goes to WWE? That's some have said like that it's not going to hurt AEW. I'm sorry, that's a death
It will
to AEW. You're losing
because it proves
Maxwell
his
Jacob
promo.
Friedman. He's
It
so
proves his promo
good.
right. He proves
He's
his
the
promo
guy that's
right.
been getting over in AEW. Everybody's still clamoring for this guy because of the pipe bomb that he dropped. This guy has got the Rock charisma. That's how good he is. When he talks, you listen because this guy commands the mic. He's so
You
good with his promo work.
people talk about that pipe bomb. MJF was good when he did the Dictator John Moxley promo, and that was
Oh
with
my
no
God,
fans.
yes.
That was with no fans.
Oh my
Think about
God,
that.
yes.
That was with no fans.
And the Cody Rhodes lip whiplashing that he was doing when he was feuding with him.
Yes. I'll tell you
MJF
all
is so
this.
talented.
That is a good one. But in my personal opinion, I feel like people have been sleeping on, and I'm not sure why, is Brian Cage. I think
Oh my
Brian Cage
God,
is
yes. Oh
he's
my God,
heavily
I
slept
agree.
on. For a dude that big to do 619s and moonsaults and everything, I'm glad Ring of like I don't even I'll be honest, Ring of Honor's doing okay with him, but in my opinion, Brian Cage should have been a world champion or
He's being
utilized more in
misused.
AEW.
They don't know how
Like
to book big guys. They don't know how to book a big guy in that company. They
they
don't know how to
really
do it.
like I
Um.
feel like Wardlow's gimmick
Uh.
could be better, but I feel like they're just making him a Goldberg.
What's up, Earl?
Excuse me. I'm
You
sorry.
tired, bro.
No,
We
it's okay.
we
Get
are.
some
Yeah.
caffeine, man.
Yeah. That's okay.
Get some soda, get some caffeine, get some
I.
Monster, get an energy drink, get yourself something to pump you up.
Oh,
Easy of the
superstar
two of
fat.
you tonight. We are back
I'm so happy they
in
brought that
Raw.
back too.
Dana Brooke has.
A degree in fashion from Kent State University has completed competed in multiple body fitness competitions. I think that helps out
And
too
here
because that
comes
also separates the
Bailey
wrestler
and the
from the performer.
control.
It's so ridiculous how it's
Um.
like not even fair between these two teams. I mean, you look at the Control and how good they look, and then you look at it's like, oh, Tamina and Danny Brooke. Yeah, they're still part of the company.
Jeffrey,
They're,
these are veteran wrestlers, okay? Put some respect on their names,
Yeah,
I
but they
think.
can't wrestle.
Tamina, yes. Dana Brooke,
They
what the
can't.
hell is she proven?
She has muscles. And Titus
And let me
Worldwide.
let me just
She gets springboard. She gets
say something.
springboard.
Barely.
Let, let me just let me just say something about those two. They don't connect with the audience. That's a fact. Um, while we wait for the match to begin, I just want to update everybody on the baseball scores.
Let's
God, he is
go.
so good.
The Nationals are still losing. Yeah, the Nationals are still losing to the Cubs 3-0. The Mets are still winning 3-1. The Orioles are winning 6-2, and the Pirates and the Diamondbacks are later. The Giants and the Padres are later, and the Yankees are later.
Mm.
So that's your baseball scores here in the Hardcore Sports Network.
Now, I want to discuss with you guys real quickly
Um,
about this.
please make
All
We've
sure
right.
already
that you
seen we've already seen the returns
yes.
of Dakota Kai, the re-signing of Io Shirai, aka Io Sky, and the return of Karrion Cross and Scarlett Bordeaux. Who do you guys think are next? Because I actually made a list of a bunch of people that could potentially return to WWE in the future, and
Johnny
there's quite a
Gargano.
bunch. That's
Johnny
he's at the top of
Gargano.
my list. He's at the top of my list. I just want you guys to throw out names because I listed about close to 50 people that could potentially return back to this company. I'm not. They're
This
not.
is
All of
my
them are not
personal
coming back.
opinion. My personal opinion, the Undisputed Era.
They're signed long term though. I don't think they're coming back anytime soon.
No,
Unless
I
no,
think
AEW
they
no, they're
will,
closes.
not
though.
coming back to the
I
WWE.
I
Tony
personally
Khan is
think they
not letting
will.
them go. He's not letting them go, especially Adam Cole.
No, no,
No
no,
way
no,
is he letting Adam
no,
Cole go.
no.
Adam Cole is a personal favorite of Tony Khan, and especially with his
No.
boys, the Young Bucks, and Kenny Omega there. There's no way they're going to let Adam Cole go unless that
Okay, but
company folds.
I want you to think of it like this though, man. Okay. Yes, you will lose Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, and Bobby Fish. But I want you to think about this. You remember how you were talking about Ricky Starks, Powerhouse Hobbs? I'll even throw in Darby Allin, Jungle Boy, and all them. That's your time to utilize what they can go for AEW Gold. You could honestly, with Triple H in charge, you could put Adam Cole on the main roster right now. You could already have him win the world title because he's just that good.
I agree with that, but the thing is, too, the one thing I don't want WWE to do again, and what kills is what's hurting AEW. Don't bring back all these people and overcrowd your roster again, because no matter how much you want to try to make people happy, you're not going to make everybody happy. There's going to be
Don't
people that
forget,
are going
we
to have
have
problems.
Impact, we have New Japan, AAA, Lucha Underground,
But everybody wants to be
DPW.
on television. Everybody wants to be on television to get themselves exposed, and they only think
Honestly,
of two companies, WWE and AEW right now.
You'll be surprised right now if y'all ever get a chance to go to a local indie show in y'all's state. I recommend it. Indie shows are so much fun. It's not too complicated. There's more fun, and honestly, there's a lot of good wrestling. I've got the privilege to see wrestlers such as Kid Bandit. I saw Alex Coughlin from New Japan. Back in March, JTG, part of Crime Time, he wrestled
Oh,
the
man.
DPW World Champion Bojack. He's from my area, Jacksonville, North Carolina. He's been a wrestler for a while, and JTG put him over for the world title and everything. It's really good, but do check out DPW. It's on YouTube. I
Okay.
highly recommend it.
I'll
You
check
will
it out.
definitely like you'll like good wrestling. It's good, and their
I try
titles
to
are
not
beautiful.
I try to not watch too much wrestling because I'm already so much with WWE. I watch almost all WWE, sometimes AEW, but it's like you don't want to drown yourself out with too much wrestling. So
Oh
I
yeah,
just try to I focus mainly on WWE. That's my number one. It's always been my number one. I've
okay.
always been a WWE fan since like the mid '90s. So I try to focus on that company
All
the
right,
most. But I mean, I'm
we're
happy
going.
about AEW. Like it's some of the things that they're doing.
We're into a
I can't fault them.
commercial. We are in the commercial mode.
But I want to throw out some names
Just
for you
to let
guys. Go ahead, Earl. I'll say what you need to say, then I'll talk about some names who I think
I
could
just
return
want
back
to.
to the WWE.
I just no. I apologize, Jeffrey, for jumping in. Just to let everybody know, we are in commercial break. You are watching the Raw Watch Along here on the Hardcore Sports Network, and of course my YouTube channel. And this is the Wrestling Experience. Please, 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 please subscribe to the Hardcore Sports Network, and of course, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and Jeffrey's YouTube channel as well. Subscribe to all of our YouTube channels and
I got to
follow
sub
these
up to your
gentlemen
channel too,
on
Escobar.
Twitter.
We don't do I don't do
Yeah,
YouTube as much. I'm trying to get back into it. You can check me out on iTunes and Spotify for the CNE podcast. We will be doing a new video this Sunday. So stay on the tune for that. I haven't been as active or whatnot because I've been busy with work. I just got promoted to assistant manager at Little Caesars. So trying to hold
Congratulations.
that down. Appreciate it. So trying to hold that down. Like work is tough. I've just
been
try
working
to
on
do
my
stuff.
channel for the whole time. I've been working on my channel like crazy since I started becoming a YouTuber on
That's
beginning of
awesome.
March, like at the end of March. So I've been just throwing out content like crazy, just like trying to get my name out there. So
Go for it. Go for
almost
it.
300 subs. So I mean, yeah, it's amazing.
Um,
But
yeah,
I have
and
some names of
and
guys
right
that I think could
now,
return back to.
right now, ladies and gentlemen, right now. Go ahead, Jeffrey.
I have some names of guys that I think could return, and gals that could return back to WWE. So I'm
Let's
curious
see
to hear
those
what
names.
both you guys have to say.
Okay.
My top of my list: Bray Wyatt, Braun
agree.
Strowman. You think they have a chance to
No.
come back? Not
Braun
Braun.
Strowman's focusing on control your narrative.
Okay. Johnny
Okay,
Gargano.
Yes.
no,
Earl, what do you think?
yes.
Bo Dallas.
First of all, Bray Wyatt. Nah.
I'm
Bo
just gonna
Dallas,
throw out
no.
a name and just let me know like a yes or a no. So I'll have a nudge them. So I just want to make it go like really quickly so it doesn't lag on. Kyrie Sane.
Okay.
Yeah. No. She's focused on Japan and Stardom. She just won a title.
Okay. What do you think, Earl? Yes or no with Kyrie?
Right. No.
No. Tegan Knox.
I would say no.
Ooh.
I say yes.
I'm gonna go yes.
I say yes with Tegan.
I think yes, but she'll probably
Think
be on
about where
NXT.
Clash at the Castle is. Think about where Clash at the Castle
Oh,
is. In the
Tegan
UK,
Knox?
she's Welsh
Oh, yeah.
too.
Oh yeah.
You reintroduce her.
Tegan Knox. Yeah. Yeah.
I think
Okay,
these two
yeah,
are part
Tegan
of
Knox.
Impact
Yes, I would
still.
say Tegan Knox.
Emma and Mickey James. I think they're still part of Impact though.
Mickey James is still an Impact. Yes.
Right.
What about Emma? Tennille Dashwood.
Um. Honestly, no. I think she's fine as Tennille Dashwood, personally.
And what about Paige?
Hmm.
I know she
I thought
recently
Paige
left
was done with
WWE.
WWE.
It's a new
Yeah,
era.
she said she's done.
I personally think Paige is done. Personally, I think Paige
Um,
is taking time off for mental health. Honestly, that's one
I
thing that needs
agree.
to be focused on more.
I
And I don't
agree.
fault her. And plus, I feel
Timothy
like
Thatcher.
yes,
Dexter Loomis.
yes,
he had no
I like Dexter
charisma in the
Loomis
ring.
personally.
Me too.
Dexter
Love
Loomis,
his
yeah.
gimmick. Peyton Royce and Billy Kay. I know Peyton Royce is having a kid, so you probably might cancel her out right now. But you
No,
see a
No,
potential return
no,
of the Iconics later. I
no,
agree.
they're
I also
focusing.
meet
They're
her.
focusing on their YouTube channel. I
no,
got one. I got a bonus one for y'all, real quick.
no.
Shoot.
Jonah, also known as Bronson Reed.
Oh, and a New Japan. I was gonna think about putting him, but I think he's just doing his thing over in New Japan. So I would probably say no right now with Jonah.
The G1. The G1 ends on the 18th, and he's technically not signed anywhere. He's just doing this till the 18th.
Triple H could bring him back to the main roster. That's true. I got one that actually would be a personal favorite of mine because of how over they were in NXT and the main roster,
Okay.
but I don't know if it's going to happen. Enzo and Cass. Enzo and
Honestly,
Cass were
I think they'll be
over.
Oh no, no.
Impact. Impact, in my opinion.
Big Cass is never. Yeah, Big Cass will never come back to WWE. He got so much.
Not even for Triple H?
He caused so
Now that
much
Vince is on
drama
charge?
backstage.
That's true.
No,
I agree with that.
no,
Enzo
I
too.
think Impact, honestly.
no,
Impact.
Mm,
Or honestly, they could be stars on the Indies.
I agree.
And
Nash
I'm
Carter.
not even saying that to be no, because of politics and how they handled everything online.
what
It's a
is
damn
going on
shame.
with this audience tonight? They seem the audience seems dead. What's going
They're
on?
not used
here?
to these wrestlers that are going on right now. They're more they still have to get used to like the new
One,
version of
two.
WWE.
You have to think they're in Cleveland. Cleveland, Ohio is more that's catered to Johnny Gargano, The Miz, Dolph Ziggler. They're more used to
Candice
like
LeRae.
Candice LeRae. They're more used to like high flying springboards. Also, fast paced technicality style wrestling.
Yeah,
I got
In
some
my
more
opinion,
names
I think
too.
this match
because
is
this
okay.
audience seems to be.
It's been a solid match. I'll give credit to Dana Brooke. She's holding her own. Now she's getting an opportunity to
Oh,
actually
dang.
wrestle.
It feels good to see Io Shirai
Oh my
on
god, I'm so
television
happy
again.
she's back. She's arguably one of the best wrestlers in the world, and I'm thinking if Vince was still in charge, are you really going to be stupid enough to let her go because you won't put her on the damn main roster? How talented she is. She's arguably the best wrestler in that company in terms of the women's division.
I think
Very arguable.
Vince probably still has the idea of you're a foreigner, you're evil. I never
Who?
understood why they did that.
It's
Io
so
Shirai,
stupid.
Earl.
She's so good. She's Asuka with the ability to high fly.
Oh,
A younger version of Asuka
She's a
that can be
mixture.
a high
She's a
flyer.
mixture of Asuka and Kairi Sane. Like if
I was
Asuka
going
and
to say
Kairi
that,
Sane,
yeah.
if they magically had a baby, Io Shirai.
Io Shirai would exactly who you come out with, and that's the ultimate type of wrestler. But I have some more names I was going to throw out there real quickly.
you
This
see
one,
the,
I don't even know why I'm going to say it.
Go
Velveteen
ahead.
Dream. I don't see any way possible he comes back. No way possible is Velveteen Dream coming back.
I see him going to
Damn shame.
AEW.
Yeah. How can you put him back on TV, though, because of all the things that he had to go through? The allegations? It's going to be a storm of bad publicity if you throw him back on television.
They'll find a way. But I don't know. It's so weird. But it's like I said, I feel like people should go back to the indies sometimes. And that's not even an insult to the wrestlers. It's like, if you make a name for yourselves on the indies, people have social media. There are agents that are representing WWE and AEW that go to these events. Like, I'm just going to say this. Everybody thinks that, like, everybody's watching. WWE watches AEW. WWE watches New Japan. freaking Impact, everything. Because you
Everybody
know
watches
what?
each other. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's your competition.
Oh,
Competition brings the best in
oh,
everybody. Beautiful moonsault.
bang. One, two, three.
Io
The
Shirai has the
control
best
moves
moonsault in
forward.
wrestling.
Mm,
Best moonsault.
Now,
That
speaking of
was.
moonsault, I'll tell you someone that knew how to do a good moonsault was Vader and Bam Bam Bigelow. They surprised me with their height and their weight, how they can do a moonsault.
I love
oh my
Vader's.
God.
Vader's surprised. I agree. Like Vader, the way he did a moonsault surprised the hell out of me back in the day. Io Shirai and Dakota Kai move on in the tournament. So there you go. You have your first team that moves on to the next bracket, the semifinals. And I think this whole tournament is being built around Io Shirai and Dakota Kai winning it, and then eventually Sasha Banks and Naomi coming back.
I think that's what they're gonna do.
That's
Is
what they're
that
doing it for. They have to be.
or like in the finals match, it'll be like, you think you won the tournament? We never lost these titles.
Exactly. But is that a bad like publicity though? Because Sasha and Naomi walked out pretty much like saying "F you" to the WWE and "F you"
I'm
to
gonna
these
say
titles, and
this,
then just
Well,
throwing them back in the mix.
Earl. Go, you
the
go
problem
first.
the problem is the problem that I have with this is the fans going to reject them if you put them against the tag champs, whoever they are. 2 months
Mm-hmm.
now, 3 months, and then you're going to
Just about,
bring
yeah.
them into the forefront. I don't know about that. Just to let everybody know that this Thursday at 10 a.m., 10 Eastern, on YouTube, on the WrestleMania launch party. It is the WrestleMania launch party this Thursday on YouTube. And you can be part of history as the fans will be coming out in the Inglewood, Hollywood area to get ready for WrestleMania ticket sales, on sale ticket sales. So that's this Thursday on YouTube. Don't miss it. Um, but getting back to Sasha and Naomi, um, my issue is what is the audience going to be like towards them? Because remember, the WWE, when they suspended them and stripped them of the titles, they bashed the crap out of both of them. They said that they were
Mm.
unprofessional. They were
They let
they
us
did not listen
down.
to management. They were rude. They let us
Vince
down. They
McMahon,
were rude.
Vince
They
McMahon.
I'll
That's
tell
why.
you this. This is my
they
opinion.
and
Naomi will get okay, will get a pass. Because Roman will play a role into it. Trust me. Sasha, though, she ain't gonna get it. Because this is my issue with a lot of modern wrestlers. Like once Sasha Banks left, she's now started doing like all these meet and greets and everything. It was charging over like $2,000 to like $5,000 for these stuff.
That's
Now this is my
ridiculous.
opinion. Yes, you are a great wrestler. You're a phenomenal athlete, but just because you have a bone to pick with your boss, don't take it out on your fans and break their bank account that people go out and work their hard-earned money for just for a half-ass picture. There's this picture I saw on Twitter. There's this young man. He had a chance to. He met both Oscar, not Oscar. He met Trish Stratus, Naomi, and Sasha Banks. When he met
Mm.
Trish Stratus, he only paid $55. He got a picture, like a 30-minute conversation, and they just spoke about everything. And the conversation wasn't even a part of the payment. It was just for the picture. Sasha Banks and Naomi charged $180, and he couldn't even be near them. It
You
was
want me to
literally
be
they had to be.
honest? I actually once got a picture with Mickey James at a local event in New Jersey, and
Oh wow,
guess how much I had to pay for it?
nothing.
Nothing. Like a picture
Same.
with Mickey James, and I didn't have to pay a single cent. That just shows the type of character that Mickey James is.
Another example too is this female wrestler.
well,
Since we're
first
gonna
of
talk about
all,
female wrestlers. Go ahead, Earl.
No, go ahead. Go ahead, Escobar. Finish your thought. I'm
So,
sorry.
Angelica Risk, she's a current indie wrestler right now, and like I said, always go to an indie show, and freaking she got this picture. We did this one for free as well. And I was like, hey, do you want me to? I said, do we need to pay? She's like, no, as long as you support us and be respectful, it's okay. And I'm like,
Mm.
okay. Rest like that's why I kind of have a love
Sasha
hate for
Banks has
the
always had an
Undertaker.
ego. She's always had an ego, though. Sasha
Because
Banks,
Undertaker would do that too. He would charge $50,000 for an autograph, and I'm
big
like,
name.
dude,
That's why. It's a
I
big
get it,
name.
big, but dude, yeah, I want you to think about this though too. Who else do you know besides a celebrity can work a 9 to 5 job, get $50,000 without having to pay bills and car payments and everything?
Yeah, you're
Like
right.
logically speaking, like,
Mm.
but it's like I said, but Sasha has an ego, and
Oh, she's always
that
had an ego.
yeah,
Always
that
had an
ego is what's
ego.
going to get her in trouble though.
But so has Becky. So has Charlotte. They got big egos too, and they're as bad, if not worse. And at least Sasha, the one thing I'll give credit to Sasha Banks is she's willing to work with other talent and she wants the best for the women's division. I don't believe that with Charlotte Flair at all. I think Flair is just in it for herself. And I think the same thing in a way with Becky, but not as much. I think Becky's willing to put over some talent, but I think Becky has an ego. When you get to that point, when you hit that level of where you are in terms of the pecking order as a wrestler, most of them get egos. Most of them get some type of ego. Oh, and there's
They
Kevin
need to get.
Owens leaving right now.
I love that Dusty Rhodes shirt he has on.
I just want to hear what he says.
He put the microphone in Kevin Patrick's freaking. That's funny.
We are back with Monday Night Raw, ladies and gentlemen, from
I'm not even
Cleveland,
joking.
Ohio.
Push this guy. Push Kevin Owens. This guy is so good. It's a joke how he's not being pushed at the top of the card. He is easily. And if you guys disagree with me, I understand. I think Kevin Owens is a top 3 talent in this company in terms of a wrestler and on the mic. He's right now my favorite wrestler in this company. I love Kevin Owens and what he's doing right now. He's that good. He's on another level. Please push this guy to where he belongs as a top guy in this company. I don't know how you guys feel, but I just think it's ridiculous how Kevin Owens is not being pushed in the type of role that he deserves, how good he's been.
I think he should win the Royal Rumble. Honestly.
Oh my God, yes. But I think it's going to go to Cody.
I
It's going
think
to go
he'd
to
be
Cody if he's healthy.
Let's see. I'm trying to
It's
think.
going to go to Cody.
When was Hell in a Cell? Was it
Oh,
in April or May? If y'all.
I think it was in April, I believe.
And he's out for what? 8 months. Cody is.
what?
8-9 months, and he's
Was it
targeting Royal Rumble, I think. It was May, right, Earl,
Right.
when Cody Rhodes got hurt and was out?
Yeah, I believe so. I believe it was May. I believe it was May. Yes.
I think it's going to be Cody. This is what I could see happening. Drew McIntyre wins the title. We get closer to Royal Rumble. Seth Rollins in a title picture. Seth eventually beats Drew, becomes champion. Cody Rhodes goes to the Royal Rumble, wins it. Big comeback story. You got Seth and Cody, their unfinished business after the attack that Seth Rollins put on Cody. There's your main event for one of your championships, or if not, the Universal Championship. Cody versus Seth. Cody wins the championship and beats Seth again. And there you go. Cody finally becomes champion at WrestleMania. I think that's maybe where the route they're going. If Cody Rhodes is ready to go by Royal Rumble, I think if Cody's ready to go by the Royal Rumble, it's not a shadow of a doubt Cody's winning. And I love what the fact they're doing with the United States Championship right now, with this legacy of the United States Championship, making it
Yes.
feel important.
I
The
I think that
WCW
this,
United States title is so beautiful. So beautiful.
Absolutely. Absolutely agree.
yeah, and they are reintroducing this title to the audience after it
Mm.
became so irrelevant at this stage of the game, which is sad because both the Intercontinental and the United States Championship have been irrelevant, and now
Mm.
they're trying to bring that back to the forefront, and I love it. I think this
I
is an
love the
excellent
Intercontinental.
idea,
I remember the
especially for the
Intercontinental Championship
audience
used to
who
be a,
don't know what
a
it is.
stepping stone for the world title.
It is, and the United States Championship is the same thing. It's your stepping stone to get a mid-card wrestler ready to go, get them ready until they eventually get into the Royal Rumble, or in this case also the Money in the Bank. They win it or win the Royal Rumble, and then they get elevated to become a world champion. That's what the mid-card title was always meant to be. But Vince McMahon and his creative minds just didn't care about that those titles, as well as they didn't care about tag team wrestling. We know how it is now. And for a while, didn't care about women's wrestling.
I'll say this: he did care for a while about the Intercontinental title and about the U.S. title for a while back then. Like, think about it. WrestleMania 6, Ultimate Warrior defeated Hogan in the Intercontinental title versus WWF title. He did care, but I feel like he focused more on what stars drew him money that he forgot about the titles. Don't forget, this is the same man that said that the WWE Championship is a prop. A prop.
That is a Vince McMahon type saying.
Oh, wow. Ciampa's Instagram about Harley Race. Wow.
I love it. Look at that. I'm so happy they're booking Ciampa like this too. Ciampa is one of the.
I hope
another
he
guy.
wins. Yo, and it says race on his robe.
You know what I actually hope for? Do you know what I actually hope for? And I'm not even trying to be selfish. Ciampa wins, and we get Johnny Gargano to come back and attack Ciampa, and you restart the best feud in the past 5 years in the WWE with Tommaso Ciampa versus Johnny Gargano, Part 3 on the main roster. How can you not be excited? How can you not be excited?
My podcast partner and I, we watch NXT TakeOver Portland.
Unfortunately, right.
You can go ahead, Earl.
Go ahead, Escobar. I'm sorry.
No. Go ahead, Earl.
No. Go ahead.
I'll wait.
Go ahead. Finish your thought, Escobar.
Rock, paper, scissors. Let's go.
Yeah.
I'm throwing rock.
Don't throw paper.
Just to let everybody know, we throw the paper. Just
all right,
to let everybody know, ladies and gentlemen, we are on commercial break, and this is the Wrestling Experience Raw Watch Along on the Hardcore Sports Network. He's Jeffrey, that's Escobar, I'm Earl Cole, and no, we're not lawyers. We are wrestling fans.
That's
and you
right.
Are watching the Raw.
I ain't trying to be in debt for that.
No, we want nothing to do with that. We want to steer clear of that completely.
I just make pizzas and talk wrestling. That's all I do.
I just talk wrestling, football, basketball, baseball, any of that kind of stuff.
Right, exactly.
No tennis.
And
no tennis.
Just
Why not
tennis? Really tennis. Not really hockey either.
What about NASCAR?
No, I'm not a NASCAR guy.
Nah.
You're getting towards my favorite time of the year when you got NFL football that's about to kick off, and I'm a big NFL guy. You're getting to baseball, getting towards the playoffs, and you're getting towards the NBA coming back soon.
Yeah.
This is my favorite time of the year, is when you get
Speaking
towards,
of this being sports, don't forget the Cleveland Browns just signed Colin Kaepernick to a 1-year deal.
Is that true?
Yeah. They signed to a 1-year deal.
I did not even see that.
It happened a few hours ago.
Holy crap. Yeah, because I didn't get a news story or anything on it about that happening.
I saw it on Facebook. It was like from an authentic sports site. Unless they scam me, I would be very upset.
It might be a scam. It's probably a scam. If Colin Kaepernick was getting signed, they would be putting that all over the place. They would be plastering that all over. You see, like, Rappaport.
Yeah,
you see Schefter. You see all these guys talking about Kaepernick coming back.
Yeah.
No, it was a bait. They're saying he's in talks with it. Because
the Deshaun Watson stuff that's going on. They're trying to maybe get Watson suspended for the year.
But are we going to talk about Antonio Brown, though? See if he's okay? Like, is Antonio Brown okay?
What happened to him now?
No, did they ever solve anything that happened with that one game that he had in Tampa?
What about, do you mean the game against the Jets?
Yeah.
No, they never really said anything about why he... do you remember, Earl? Antonio Brown, one of the best wide receivers probably in the past 10 years, talent-wise. just
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
much took off his uniform during a game with the Tampa Bay Bucks versus the New York Jets last year in the Meadowlands, took off his jersey, pretty much cursed off the coach, and just walked out of the stadium. Literally just walked out. Never seen anything like that in a long time. And then eventually the team just cut him, and then he hasn't been with the team since. It was the strangest thing to watch at that time when it happened.
Yeah, then they
And I
picked
think
up
that's
Julio Jones.
And yeah, they picked up Julio Jones too, which is good. So I'm a
No, not
Giants
for
fan,
me.
so I'm just looking forward to that.
Not for me. I'm a Panthers fan. The NFC South's in terror.
Wait, what happened?
The Mets just scored, and they are now up 5-1 in the 8th inning.
I'm happy about
New
that, but you
York.
got me excited, Earl. I thought
Okay.
somebody was coming back. I thought we were getting a return tonight. You got me excited. I'm like, is Johnny Gargano coming out? Are we going to hear Rebel Heart? I'm like
feel
thinking
bad
he's getting me pumped up.
I feel bad our cables are delayed by a few seconds, though, so I feel bad because it's like Earl gets a reaction, I get the reaction.
I'm a little bit behind. Like I just literally just got Bobby Lashley coming out greeting the fans.
Oh, he's in the ring right now, and he just did his post for me. It's funny when I see him on the when he makes his entrance. It feels like he's on a wedding cake.
He should be. I think he should go back to being heel. I think Bobby Lashley did his best work as a heel. I don't know how he is as a babyface. I know the crowd
Bring back
likes
the Hurt
him.
Business. Bring back the Hurt Business. I love the Hurt Business. I thought that was the next Nation of Domination, honestly.
Thank you. They should bring back the Hurt Business. No disrespect to Omos. Might be a nice guy and everything. Get MVP away from Omos. Get Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin back on TV. Put those four back together. Reunite the Hurt Business. You have another tag team. You have a great manager, and you have Bobby Lashley back in the type of position he should be in, with somebody like MVP who's great on the mic that could talk for him. And Bobby Lashley has never been strong when it comes to his mic work. Thank you. I'm glad you brought that up.
No, because you know what breaks my heart is that the day my Hurt Business shirt came in the mail, they broke up. I was mad.
Vince McMahon, another idiot decision.
I think he knew, though.
Well, Vince McMahon says that the Hurt Business would never go over with the audience, and that's why he brought them up.
Please.
Is
he not paying attention?
The mind against
I'm looking forward to this U.S. title match.
It's a nice dynamic of big guy versus
one of the
sweet guy.
Hurt Business. Yeah.
Now, this is what I'm thinking in this match. I think the only reason why Ciampa and Miz will win is because I think AJ Styles is going to play a role in this match and cost Ciampa the match, leading to Ciampa and Miz versus Styles and Logan Paul at Clash at the Castle. I think that's what might happen.
Rumors speculate that later in the night we're gonna get we're supposed to get a Cleveland street fight between the Miz and AJ Styles.
Oh my God,
for payback from last week.
I love that.
Oh, but that's probably going to be a dark match. That is not going to be on Raw.
Probably
after Raw goes off the air.
Maybe. Yeah. But if Lashley wins, who's he going to face? Right. Like, who's a logical opponent for Bobby Lashley next?
Kevin Owens. But you can't do heel versus heel, though.
Lashley's a face. Lashley's a face.
I got on the subject that you talk about how good he was as a heel and just made me be nostalgic.
I would turn him back heel. But I think Owens is bigger than the United States Championship now. I think he should be going for bigger than things. I think the United States Championship's below him. Maybe I'm just putting too many expectations on him.
Real talk, I wish devastating elbow. I wish WWE would do cross promotions with other companies, though. Like, I would love to see Kevin Owens compete in the G1 or send him to other stuff too. That way they can promote it more.
You have to think about it though, in that dynamic. WWE has nothing to gain from that. All these other companies have more to gain than WWE, so you have to think about it from a business standpoint.
I see your point on that.
Why they maybe wouldn't work with these other promotions. Why WWE and AEW probably never work, because why would WWE want to help out their competition? It's the business aspect of that too. that's what you have to like think about as well. They
I see
could,
your point on that.
you could do that, but at the same time, does WWE really want to help out these other promotions gain more steam, gain more popularity, and take eyes away from them and put it on the other companies? So it's like
Well,
you have
what
to think about
about?
that too.
Well, I have a question. Well, what about when they put Mickey James in the Royal Rumble when she was the Knockout Champion for Impact Wrestling?
I think that was just like a little
We're going to
kudos to me. I think that wasn't really anything. Like
commercial,
it's
ladies
just
and
like a way to pay back Mickey James after the whole thing that happened with her backstage with the suitcase thing.
And the trash bag.
Yeah, the trash bag thing. That I think that's what it was all really about. Just like say sorry,
just
Mickey
think,
James. We're gonna put you
I
over there.
just
We're gonna
think,
give
I just
Impact
think
something.
that that was.
Go ahead, Earl.
Yeah, I think that whole thing was stupid. Why would you go? I don't understand. I'm just like frustrated with certain people. I mean, why in the world would you go back to a place? Why in the world would you go back to a place that puts your clothes and your belongings, your personal belongings, in a trash bag and send it to you? Not only that, it's not only humiliating, it's degrading. I mean, to take someone's clothes and personal belongings and just stick them in a trash bag and then send them to the house, I think that's disgusting. And then another thing too is that why would you want to go back to a company who did that to you? Because
I'll tell you why.
I believe
I'll tell you why. Finish your point first, and I'll tell you why they would go back to that company.
and because me personally, I would I would never go back to some company that treated me like garbage just to help them out because they went there and released all their wrestlers, and now you're so desperate. You're so desperate that you are grasping. See, they wanted Nia Jax to be in the Rumble. She told them no. She said you didn't want me in the main show, so I'm done with you. Goodbye, and she hung up on
Should
them.
have got rid of her. She
And
sucks.
Mickey James should have been the same way. Well, yeah, well,
Here's the thing, though, Earl. The reason why that
but
she would go
it's just
back is because of the fact that the people that were in charge when they did those despicable things to her, they're not there anymore. Stephanie McMahon is in charge, who has a lot of people in terms of wrestlers like Stephanie McMahon. A lot of people have given
Really?
amazing praise. Yeah, Stephanie McMahon is not that
Hmm.
unlikable. It's Vince and his crew that were most of the wrestlers did not like because they wouldn't give the time of the day to a lot of these people. And people like John Laurinaitis,
Who
Bruce
got fired
Pritchard,
today, by the way?
exactly. John Laurinaitis got fired. In case anybody didn't know, Johnny Ace, goodbye, good riddance, get the hell out of the WWE. Thank
He
God
said
they got
goodbye
rid
to
of him.
people power.
Yeah. Goodbye, people power. I'm gonna go run over and do like the Impact now. I'm gonna go work for Scott D'Amore. But like
we're
he's gone, he's out of there. Vince McMahon's gone, and you have people now like Triple H, who is obviously the wrestlers all 1,000% respect because of what Triple H has done in a lot of their careers to put them in some of the positions they have been. You notice a lot of those people go into AEW. It's because Triple H made them and elevated their skill set in NXT to allow them to be able to go to other places to hone their crafts and become even bigger names in other promotions. So I think
I
that's
think.
one of the reasons why they would do that. And
Well,
go ahead.
sorry, man. I'm gonna say I want to add on to your point. What would help Triple H, as well as that, you have to remember when he started in '95, he grew up through different eras. Like he was pretty much getting out of the new generation. Like he was in towards the peak of the new generation, headed to the Attitude Era, ruthless aggression, and everything else. So he knows what can sell, what won't sell, and I think that's what's definitely going to bring a lot of competition to Tony Khan. If we're going to talk in terms of competition, I think that'd be really wonderful, honestly.
Well, Tony
Drew on the
Khan's got his
beat
own
is
issue.
requesting to be in the stream, Earl. What we gonna do, my man?
Drew on the beat. You want to join us in the stream? Well,
um,
I mean, Tony Khan's got his own issues right
Drew on
now.
the beat. Drew on the beat. Let's see. Let me see if I can send the link to
I mean,
Drew
I don't
on
know
the
if you've
beat
heard
here.
about the issues going on with Tony Khan. Apparently, he's got a lot of problems backstage with the fact that like
Really?
he's
Tell me.
like doing some Vince McMahon type things, and like people are starting to get aggravated with him because he's like yelling in the headsets. He's doing last minute creative changes. He's not like some people are not happy about their pushes right now, aka Miro and Andrade. They're
They
apparently
both deserve
complaining.
better.
They do deserve better. They're complaining right now backstage about they're not getting pushed in their type of roles, and this was expected to happen. This is what you expected to happen when you sign 50,000 people to your company and you try to book everybody in a certain way and like try to rotate your talent constantly. It doesn't work. I said this to some people that were AEW fans. It could work for a little bit, but eventually egos are going to come into play and everybody wants to be a main eventer. And it's not going to work. And I say the same thing if WWE goes back to this. You can't sign everybody back. You're going to have problems with egos when it comes to people. You have to just bring back certain people, push some certain people, and give everybody their time to shine. And, you know, some people are just going to have to cut it on the indies. Some people are going to have to cut it on Impact or New Japan or Ring of Honor or MLW or AAA. It doesn't matter. Whatever company
It's
it
not
is.
just AEW and WWE.
Exactly.
Like you said earlier. Because you mentioned that earlier. It's not just those companies that where you elevate. That's why, honestly, I feel like if for women's wrestling, I highly recommend y'all watch wrestling in AAA, Stardom. Like
Stardom's
everything,
a big one.
expand. Like, don't like. I feel like a lot of people think that like, oh, if they don't make it in America, it don't work. Prime example. Look at Hulk Hogan. Okay, look at 80s Hulk Hogan in the WWF. Then look at Hulk Hogan in Japan. Different styles, different everything. You can easily see that. Same thing with Big Van Vader, Stan Hansen, numerous other heavyweights as well. Masahiro Chono. I mean, but it's just a matter of like wanting to do it. But I'll be honest, I watch a mixture of both because I believe in different styles. I'll say this, I can tell where there's more experiences and where people lack in certain things, but what I don't tolerate is one company like one fan saying that they can't support someone's opinions or views because they like one type of a brand.
Tribalism. The problem with wrestling is tribalism. You have to support one brand and one brand only, and if you support the other two, you're like not part of the quote unquote band. You're allowed to like multiple wrestling promotions. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay, everybody. You can like multiple things. You don't have to like just one thing.
Because AJ Styles just attacked. That's right.
Styles.
I knew it. I knew it.
He attacked the Miz and he's chasing.
Wait a minute. He's distracted.
chasing
He's
the
distracted. Okay. Come on. Did he
Wait a
get it?
minute.
Oh,
Wait a minute. Uh-oh, he's rolling him up.
2. No.
He's rolling him up. 1, 2, no.
Oh, God.
Yeah, you guys are a little ahead. I'm still watching the Miz argue on the outside.
Turnbuckle cover.
Oh, I'm sorry.
There's AJ. AJ with the phenomenal forearm mini version to the Miz, and now he's beating the living hell out of them. Come on, AJ. Let's go, AJ. Beat the hell out of the Miz. Chase him out of the crowd.
Right now, my end. Whoa. No, don't do it, ref. Don't do it, ref. There you go. Kick him out.
Small
There
package.
you
Okay,
One,
the ref is
two,
chasing him out.
Lashley kicks out.
Okay, Ciampa. Oh, he's going for the hurt
Ciampa's
lock.
ripping up the
Look out,
turnbuckle.
look out. Oh.
Hits me to the buckle.
Ciampa just. Oh.
Oh, flatliner by Lashley.
Ciampa. Oh.
Well,
That's it. 1.
Lashley's going for the hurt lock.
No.
What a match.
No.
Here comes the Miz again, and there goes AJ Styles running through the ring. Styles and Miz beating the hell out of each other right now on the outside. Lashley's just wondering what the hell is going on. We're all wondering the same thing. The ref's just trying to wave his hand. And there we go.
Now the crowd's getting hyped.
Turnbuckle.
Now the crowd's getting
once
hyped.
again, exposed turnbuckle. Ciampa now with the big knee in the face.
No.
Ciampa with the pin. 1, 2. Lashley kicks out at 2.
Ciampa just is putting Bobby Lashley in Gargano's finishing move, the Gargano escape.
Maneuver. He's gonna.
If that's not a teaser right there, if that is not a teaser, I don't know what is. I don't know what is if that's not a teaser of things to come.
Lashley
yo,
rolled
Bobby
out
got
of the
that strength.
Gargano escape.
Bobby Lashley picking up Tommaso Ciampa. Ciampa reverses it. Locks him down. And there it is, the Gargano escape.
Lashley.
The Gargano escape on Lashley.
Oh.
1, 2.
He pinned him. 1.
What a match.
No.
Bobby Lashley's in the Gargano escape. Ciampa's got it locked in the middle of the match right now. Lashley reverses it. He's picking him up right now. Lashley, he's got him up. Looks like he's going to do. No, Ciampa reverses it.
1, 2, no.
Lashley out of the ring. Ciampa throws Lashley out of the ring. And now Lashley. Oh, Ciampa hits Widow's Bell. Ciampa, 1, 2. No, Lashley kicks out at 2. What a match right now we got going on. Bobby Lashley gets hit with Widow's Bell by Tommaso Ciampa.
Match ended. I'm not spoiling. Not spoiling, but match just ended on my end.
Bobby Lashley gets... It looks like Ciampa's putting down the knee pad. Ciampa's getting ready to hit the big knee. No. Lashley catches him. Picks him up. Big slam. Bobby Lashley fired up right now. Picks him up. The Hurt Lock. He's got Tommaso Ciampa on the Hurt Lock. Is Ciampa going to tap? Is Ciampa going to tap? Ciampa's fading. And he taps. He taps. Tommaso Ciampa taps. Bobby Lashley is still your United States champion.
Jeffrey, anybody ever tell you sound like Joey Styles?
Cappy! 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 Where's Francine and Beulah when you need him?
You dead ass sound like Joey Styles, honestly.
Is that a compliment or a no?
Yes.
Great match.
The only person that only play-by-play and color commentator in ECW. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, by the way. I appreciate that. What a match.
Match of the night. Match of the night.
That was great commentary.
Great. And Bobby Lashley,
great
not a lot of people give him the credit he deserves in the ring. He did a good job.
Oh, that emotion of Ciampa.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I wonder, though, if that was a sign of things to come. The fact he did with that Gargano escape. You don't think Johnny Gargano's watching that? He's like, oh, that mother
Here
effer.
comes Omos.
Oh, no.
Why did I think he was wearing a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles gear for a minute? I saw the green.
Oh, no. Please, why does Omos have to be on my television? I mean, really?
Just to let everybody know that... Yeah, I know. Just to let everybody know, WrestleMania tickets go on sale this Friday at 10 a.m. at Ticketmaster.
Well, they did just advertise Cody on there.
Ticketmaster outlets in the...
Drew on that beats backstage. I don't want it. Why is he on my television?
Let's bring Drew on the beat. Let's see if we can get him in.
Sucks.
Thank you very much, Jeffrey. I appreciate it.
Here I am. No problem.
Drew on the beat. What's happening, man?
What's going on, Drew? How you doing tonight?
Hey, Drew on the beat. What's up, man?
Yo, hey, check this out. I was so happy listening to AJ Styles fucking play-by-play. That was so awesome, bro.
Thank you.
I'm telling you, Joey Styles' son just popped up in the chat.
Joey Styles decided to make a guest appearance tonight on Monday Night Raw to call the United States Championship match.
Right.
Just so everybody knows about that. Good old Joey Styles decided to take a break from his retirement to come in and do a United States Championship match on Monday Night Raw for all the fans out there. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you very much.
Loving the shirt, by the way, Drew. Loving the shirt. Huge fan.
I'm doing pretty good. Thank you very much. I was enjoying
I think it's been. What are you guys thinking so far about Monday Night Raw?
The third hour's been great. The third hour's been good.
It's not bad.
I think it's been pretty solid. I think it's been solid. I think Raw last week was better.
Yes.
In terms of like the overall show, but I think the show's still been pretty good. We just haven't gotten that surprise yet.
Yeah,
we're all getting excited because we thought we were going to get some type of surprise tonight. Maybe we still will, but it's just like it's had some very high moments. I just think last week's show was so good that I think it might be a little bit hard to top it. But I think it's still been a very good Raw tonight. Not complaining at all with it.
The U.S. title match was amazing.
It was, and even the tag team women's match was good too.
The crowd was
That was
dead
fun.
for that one, honestly.
Yeah, I think it's because Dana Brooke and Tamina, they don't take those too seriously, and they're still getting used to seeing Io Shirai and Dakota Kai on the main roster. They don't really know these two that much. It's a lot. You have to remember, a lot of these people that are fans on the main roster are not like NXT followers. A lot of them, they don't probably watch a lot of NXT back in the day, so they don't know some of these wrestlers or as familiar with them. So they might be like, who is Dakota Kai and Io Shirai? They might be warming up to them. And Tamina and Dana Brooke, I'm sorry, these two have been irrelevant for a while, so it's kind of hard to get behind them. But I mean, the match itself was solid.
Hey guys,
So, like, how you guys feel about Monday Night Raw? What's your highlight, low light so
just to
far?
let
I'll let you
everybody
guys
know,
talk.
I think the highlight for me was the United
so, hey,
States
so all y'all are
Championship match.
talking at the same time. Like y'all are both talking at the same time. I don't know what's going on right now. It might be on my end.
Are we talking? I'll just let you. I'll let you guys go. Like, let me know what you think about Monday Night Raw so far. Like your highlights, and if you have any lowlights. What, like, everybody give your opinion on it.
Have Drew go first.
Mm.
Looks like the new guy picked up lunch.
Can you hear me first of all?
Drew, give your opinion so far on Monday Night Raw. What you like and what you don't like.
Okay. Well,
Is there anything on the show that like has gotten you excited, that has gotten you pumped up, that you love so far, or is there anything on the show that maybe like you're just second guessing? Like, I don't know how this was, but I mean it's okay, but I wish it was a little better. Like, give your honest opinion about the show.
I think my thing's way behind. My stream is behind.
You mean your mic's not? Your mic's a little bit behind?
He's talking the video quality.
Oh, the video
Because
quality.
on my
Okay.
end, it delays him by a second or two.
Mm,
I think I'm behind by like freaking 20 seconds.
mm. But yeah, like if maybe Earl or if since he's a little bit behind right now, if maybe like Earl or Escobar, if you guys want to like give your opinions on Raw so far too.
Yeah,
Oh, I'll just
I mean,
say this. Oh, go ahead. Oh, look, they just advertised
yeah.
it. No disqualification. Miz versus AJ Styles.
Is it the main event?
Yes.
Good. You know what this could do? Set up Logan Paul to maybe make a surprise return tonight, and there's your match at Clash of Champions. Logan Paul and AJ Styles versus Miz and Ciampa.
And
It
here
makes
comes
sense.
Omos.
Yeah, like just,
Oh no, not the Earl falling asleep.
Yeah, you just pretty much said what we all feel, the sleeping, because that's exactly what
Yo,
Omos
hey, guys,
does.
how,
Oh,
This is my
how about if
bathroom
I
break.
retry this?
BRB, gentlemen.
Okay.
Get me out and then put me back in?
Who's this guy facing? I don't. Ugh, I don't know why we're pushing Omos. I really don't.
the guy is as green as goose shit.
He is, and he's boring. You can't do much with him. He's too tall, and it's like he's got a boring moveset. I mean,
Hey,
you're
guys,
telling.
can y'all hear me?
No, we can hear you very well right now. Can you hear us?
So, well, it feels like it feels like I caught up because I felt like I was like 10 seconds behind.
We can hear you perfectly right now.
Okay. Perfect. Okay. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
No,
Okay.
don't worry about it. So,
I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all having me on,
Yeah,
man.
just
I
adjust the
appreciate y'all.
microphone.
no problem. We're glad to have you on the show tonight. We hope you're having a
No
good
problem.
Monday.
Hey,
But
hey.
I want to hear your opinion right now on what you think about Monday Night Raw so far. Give your opinions on what you've liked and what you maybe wish it could be better. The
Bro,
floor is yours.
Monday. All right. Yeah, I can hear you perfectly.
Okay. Go ahead and give your opinion on Monday Night Raw so far tonight.
All right. So I think Monday Night Raw has been pretty good, man. Because I mean, I thought Tampa was gonna beat Lashley for sure,
Mm,
but apparently that didn't happen. But everything seemed to be pretty good.
mm. Is there anything else? No, absolutely. I mean, I agree. I think it's because they want to tell the story more with Ciampa and AJ Styles along with The Miz. They want to wrap that up, so that's probably why they didn't do the title change. And I think Logan Paul has still got a part to play in this as well, so that's probably why they didn't do the title change with Ciampa. So, and it looks like that Omos is just beating
Okay.
up a couple of local workers. But what else have you liked so far, Drew, on that beat on Monday Night Raw?
Um, of course, the women are going in the right direction, right?
Mm,
Because Clash at the Castle is gonna be fire. It's gonna be fire,
absolutely.
bro.
I agree. 100%. I think it's going to be a good pay per view. Now, who do you see in that main event? Who do you see coming out as the new Raw Women's Tag Team Champions after the bracket that you've seen? And who do you think has got the advantage to win those titles in that tournament?
Oh man, you know what? To be honest with you, I think it's it's a hot take, but I think so EO and was it EO and
Dakota
oh,
Kai.
man,
Dakota Kai.
Dakota Kai. EO and
Mm,
Dakota Kai are gonna win it, right? And then boom, the music hit, and here comes Sasha and Naomi, right?
I agree with you 100%. I think it's going to happen too. I think that's what's ultimately happening. Now, would you say that it's going to happen at Clash at the Castle? We're going to get Sasha and Naomi versus Io and Dakota, or you think it's going to happen after the Clash at the Castle and the finals are going to happen
So
at the
I was talking and Earl knows him. I don't know if y'all know him. I'm pretty sure y'all know him, but like I went back and forth with DJ Storm, and he was like it was gonna happen on the Raw after. But
mm.
I'm thinking it has to happen at Clash of the Castle. It has to. It has to.
Oh, I agree. You need a big match when it comes to that. What about you guys? Same thing.
Hmm. I
And
see DJ Storm's side of
how
doing
big
it
of a
Raw
pop will
after,
it be?
but with this being in Wales, in a whole other country, you're trying to introduce
Yeah,
professional wrestling
yeah.
to another country, and that's not really frowned upon. So I think that might have to work. And did I miss anything with Omos, by the way? Because I
No,
because
I
I
just
grabbed
beat up two local workers.
okay, because
That's
I just
just
went to
it.
grab my airhead bites, and I'm just here. I'm just like, okay.
And there's
Hey
Seth
guys,
Oh
Rollins on
no.
our television.
hey guys. I'm just getting a hold of this right now, but I totally understand what's happening right now because my voice is talking after I say what I say,
No, we
but
understand you perfectly. You're coming off
We
very
can hear
well.
you great, man.
Yeah, you're coming off very good. We can hear
but
you very well.
like I say what I say and y'all understand what I'm saying, but like on my feed it don't come till like 5 seconds later, so I'm like
Mm,
totally confused.
don't worry about it. It's the same thing with like us too, where it's like a little bit delayed when it comes to that.
Yeah.
By the way, the visionary is on the television right now. For everybody that's watching Raw tonight, we got Seth Rollins cutting a promo, and he's making fun of Matt Riddle.
Right. Um.
I can't wait till Riddle kicks
I'm
his
trying to
ass.
think. Now, did Orton have an injury, or did he have to take time off?
Yeah, I think he recently had back surgery, and I think he's out for the
Back
rest of the
surgery.
year.
Huh?
Randy
I was
Orton
asking
recently
about
had back
Randy Orton.
surgery. Yeah, he had back surgery, and I think he's supposed to be out the rest of the year.
Mm.
So.
Oh,
Yeah.
By the way, the visionary is on the television right now. For everybody that's watching Raw tonight, we got Seth Rollins cutting a promo.
The fucking Riddle
And
against
he's making fun of
Rollins.
Matt Riddle.
That's gonna be a fucking banger, bro.
Is somebody have the thing playing in the background?
I'm trying to
Yeah.
see. Now, did Orton have an injury or did he have to take time off?
Yes, I think he recently had back surgery, and I think he's out for the rest of the year. Somebody pause the stream that's going on. Randy
I was
Orton
asking
recently
about
had back
Randy
surgery.
Is that you, Earl?
Yeah,
You
he
got
had
a
back
pocket?
surgery, and I think he's supposed to be out the rest of the year.
what's going on?
What's
I'm
going
getting all
on?
this
I'm getting all this
feedback.
Yeah.
See, that's what I'm saying.
The visionary is on the television right now. For everybody that's watching Raw tonight, we got Seth Rollins cutting a promo. Everybody pause your stream right now. Rails all you watching the stream.
That's gonna be a fucking banger, bro.
It's somebody the thing you're on that thing.
Did Orton have an injury or did he have to take time off?
Yes, I think he recently had back surgery. I think he's out for the rest of the year. Somebody pause the stream that's going on. Everybody go backstage for a second. He had back surgery, and I think he's. There you go. Perfect. Somebody, yeah, you have to pause the stream. The StreamYard you keep on pause, but on the actual video that's going on YouTube, you got to pause the volume on it, or it's going to come off as an echo. Thank you. I think we lost Drew. Earl, can you hear me okay?
Okay.
Escobar, you can come back in.
Something. Yeah, can
Earl,
you hear me?
yeah. I think somebody was by accidentally
I
playing
went
the
backstage.
YouTube. I think somebody
Yeah.
was by accidentally playing
Okay,
the
got
YouTube, and that's why the stream got messed up. They put the volume
It's
on
fine.
the YouTube stream going on. It's okay. Thank you.
We all sound sexy on our voices, by the way. Like 10 out of 10.
Shush, please. I love Chad Gable.
Uh, just to let everybody know, we are in commercial.
Yeah, they're playing a DX thing right now.
And and just to let everybody know, by the way, the New York Mets won their ball game tonight over the Reds. The New York Mets won over the Reds tonight.
Continue playing
That's
great
6-2.
baseball.
Earl, I have a
Continue
question
playing
for
great
you.
baseball.
Yes.
Are you going to be okay with the Miz being in the main event tonight? Are you going to fall asleep on the stream?
You be able to handle it? Miz is not going to
I
give
don't
you
get-
disease?
I don't guarantee it.
Earl's going to be watching and he's going to be like,
Uh,
it's the Miz going to chorus. That means he's got AJ Styles at least.
Yeah, AJ Styles is in there.
AJ Styles will make it exciting.
Just to let everybody know a backstory, 4 years ago, I saw The Miz in.
What's up, Blaze Radio?
Just to let everybody know a backstory, 4 years ago, I went and saw The Miz in the house. Oh, Blaze Radio. Yo.
Yo,
Blaze
yo,
Radio,
yo.
how
Yo,
are you?
yo, 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 yo. What's going on, Blaze?
You know, Blaze Radio is absolutely awesome. Subscribe to his YouTube channel. He's absolutely fantastic.
I think I
the
subbed
final
up to him
score
recently,
was the
too.
Mets 5. Yeah, the final score was the Mets 5 and the Reds 1. So anyway, getting back to my story. 4 years ago, I saw The Miz in a house show. The Miz came out. I fell asleep in the arena chair. When I woke up 30 seconds later, the show was over. The usher says that the show is over and you need to file out. So that is how bored I was with the Miz.
I think the Miz
I mean, I can't take
Miz
the
is
Miz,
good.
but if you all
So
like
you gotta
him,
take him in
that's up to
doses.
you. His booking is terrible.
The Miz should not be in these types of high profile feuds anymore. The Miz has got to be somebody that's gonna, just do smaller feuds. He's had his time and stuff, but like, no, Drew, on that beat, it's okay. I think what happened is that the YouTube video was playing at the same time as the StreamYard, and what it did is it made an echo going on. When you go on StreamYard and you have the YouTube stream going as well, you have to pause on the YouTube, or like not pause, but like turn down the volume on the YouTube live stream that's going on, and you just keep the volume on for the StreamYard. That's how you won't get the echo going forward. But
It's kind of like if you have two phones next to each other, you're talking at the same time, they'll have that disconnection screech.
Right.
exactly. But in terms of the Miz is entertaining, and if you put him in the right role, he can talk on the mic. He's not that awful. It's just sometimes lately with the type of booking that you've been throwing him in, it's just been unbearable. He's actually not been that bad recently because I think Triple H has an idea of how to use the Miz to his best abilities, and I mean, I'm not hating the Miz right now as much as I did before. He's not as unbearable as it was before. But I think he just needs to be more of a background player now. He had his time. It's time to make the Miz more of a background player. And that includes Maurice too.
Honestly, this is my opinion. We
Just-
should give Miz the Mick Foley treatment. Have him be popular, but put over the new talent in like excellent matches.
Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho did that for years in the WWE before he eventually left the company. He was always the guy that put over everybody.
Reason why I say Foley is because back in 2004, with his rivalry with Randy Orton, especially that match at Backlash, that was for the Intercontinental Championship.
That was so good. That street fight, that was so good.
Like,
Or even when he put over Triple H in 2000. Remember they had the infamous street fight in Madison Square Garden?
This is my opinion. Triple H is my favorite wrestler of all time. And I don't care what anybody says. Mick Foley is his best rival. Mankind at SummerSlam 97, Royal Rumble 2000. I'm telling you, he helped build up Triple H's character. That's just my personal opinion.
I agree with somewhat, but I respectfully disagree. I still think it's The Rock. I think Triple H and
fine.
The Rock.
That's
Triple
fine.
H and The Rock built each other up together. I think those two had such epic rivalries. I think
in
they both
'97,
came up
yes,
the
too, because
in 2002.
Yeah, especially before the faction things too. Because don't forget, Rock beat Triple H for to get his first Intercontinental title.
Mhm.
I see your point on that, but I guess with me personally, it's like if you want to look at Triple H when he was trying to kind of like separate himself from the factions. If we go with that, I'll go Foley. But in terms of overall with factions, then The Rock, yes, absolutely.
Those two just had a brilliant chemistry. The Rock and Triple H had brilliant chemistry in their promos, in their in-ring work. It's the funniest things you'll ever see.
And they definitely stepped up when Austin had to take time off with his neck injury too.
Oh,
and
yeah.
that showed that they were willing to do whatever. And I think that's very unique. I do
also-
think they should have just had their. I do believe they should have had
just want
a one-on-one match at WrestleMania 2000.
I do too. I think that's the one thing that they missed out on is that they never did a one-on-one match between Triple H and The Rock at WrestleMania. That was one of the biggest things they missed. They were supposed to do one, I think, like a decade or so ago, but it never came to fruition. When they were teasing it, and they never just went through with it.
They were supposed to fight at WrestleMania 32,
Yeah.
but instead Rock had to film a movie so Triple H faced Roman for the WWE title.
I would have rather seen Rock and Triple H for just the nostalgia feeling, because when those two were in the ring, it was just so good. Their rivalry was second to none. Everybody talks about The Rock and Austin. They talk about Triple H and Mick Foley. Austin and Triple H had a great feud too. How good they were.
No Way Out
they rock and
2001.
No Way Out.
That's my
They talk
favorite
about
match.
Triple H and
That's my
Mick
favorite
Foley.
match.
Oh my God, yeah. Austin and Triple H had a great feud too. How good they were.
No Way Out
They rock and
2001.
No Way Out.
That's my
They talk
favorite
about
match.
Triple H and
That's my
Mick
favorite
Foley.
match.
Oh my God, yeah.
Don't forget to pause the
Austin and
YouTube
Triple H
video.
had a great-
Don't forget to
Pause
pause the
the
YouTube video.
press the volume button on the YouTube video. But I had that whole Austin and Triple H feud, and then also remember they were trying to
He's
find
still not
out who
listening to the instructions.
ran over Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah. I
whole
remember that.
thing. And then who's the accomplice to Rikishi? And then you found out it was Triple H and how good that was.
Fun fact: they were actually building towards Triple H to face Austin at WrestleMania 18. Had Triple H not gotten injured, they were going to set up for a year-long feud to lead to Triple H facing Austin at WrestleMania 18. I think that would have been wonderful, honestly.
I would have loved it. I think that would have been such a nice. It was such an underrated feud, and I think it would have been a perfect way to culminate
Even
it at
at
WrestleMania.
even at WWF In Your House Buried Alive, they had a good singles match. That was like second match when Triple H was Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
Mm.
Like, definitely check that out too. The Survivor Series 2000, I think it was Survivor Series 2000. Yeah, Survivor Series 2000. They had a good one.
Mm.
Like I said, that honestly, that rivalry never really ended. If you think about it, between Triple H and Austin.
No, there was still like a little bit of a story that could have been told.
Yeah.
I'm
Upcoming live
surprised they never
events.
got to it. By the way,
Raleigh
this
this
match between Dolph
Friday,
Ziggler and
Salisbury
Jay Gable
Saturday,
has been good.
Atlantic City this Sunday, and next Monday we're in Washington.
This has been a
By
good
the way,
match
just to
between
let
Dolph
everybody
Ziggler
know, the
and Chad
WWE will
Gable.
be live this Sunday. By the way, just to let everybody know, the WWE will be live in Atlantic City this Sunday. If you
Ooh.
want to go check out the WWE live, go to Atlantic City, New Jersey, and the Hard Rock Casino
Go check out the
Atlantic City
hardcore at the
I've always
casino.
wanted to go to Atlantic
WWE
City, honestly.
live.
It's really nice there. Been there
So
a
would you
couple of
prefer
times.
Atlantic City or
Yeah.
Newark?
I mean, I live like not that far from Newark. If you're talking about the
I have
food,
been to Newark,
Newark.
and
I love their chicken. I love their Spanish food. They have the best Spanish
if you,
restaurants, authentic.
Ooh, interesting. I like traveling in general. I mean,
Mm.
I just haven't made my ticket up to north yet. Been mainly down south and towards the west.
I've been all around New Jersey. I mean, Atlantic City
I
is
think
somewhere
I
like if
think
you
what
go ahead, Earl.
go ahead, go ahead, Jeffrey. I'm sorry.
That was a nice moonsault attempt by Gable. Oh, DDT by Dolph Ziggler on Gable. But Atlantic City is a really cool place if you like to go gamble. I mean, if you're going there to sightsee, I mean, you're probably not going to get much. You might as well go to a different boardwalk like Ocean City, Wildwood, Asbury Park, Seaside,
I
Point
love
Pleasant.
Seaside. I have been to Seaside before. Seaside's fun.
Seaside's good. I've been to Seaside multiple times. I
I
like
love
Point
the
Pleasant
Hydrus roller
too.
coaster they have. I know it's small, but it's good for that boardwalk,
It's
honestly.
underrated too, and I just love the boardwalk in general over there. But I love Point Pleasant as well. I think Point Pleasant is a little bit better than that. And Asbury Park is coming back. Asbury
Yeah.
Park's a much better boardwalk than it was
Yeah,
before. I love that area.
I was
If you guys ever get
I
a
was
chance to go
supposed
there,
to I was supposed to put a bus trip together to Atlantic City for several different people, but because of the pandemic, we had to
Ah,
postpone the trip. The pandemic just KO'd the plan. So
no pun intended.
yeah, unfortunately, those things do happen. Dolph Ziggler, none
You guys
to
notice the
go.
difference in this wrestling right now? How much different WWE's been since
Uh,
Triple H has taken over?
I
How much more
noticed
wrestling
they're more
oriented it's
focused on
been?
the holds and moves than
I
trying to get that one crowd shot. You know what I
no,
mean?
it's not only
And notice who they're pushing too.
it's not only that it's not only that, guys. It's not only that. You have to focus on the match length, how long these matches are going. Because under Vince McMahon, these matches would be 2 minutes. They'll be five
Oh,
minutes. They'll be less than 5 minutes. Oh, beautiful
nice
kick.
transition.
One,
Power bomb
two,
right to
three.
an arm lock.
It's over?
Ziggler wins. Yep,
Oh, I
Ziggler
still have the
wins.
ankle lock right now with I got the ankle lock right now with Gable on Ziggler. I'm surprised. I thought Gable would get the win. Ziggler doesn't
They're in
really
Ziggler's
need it.
hometown. They're in Ziggler's hometown, though.
He's from Cleveland too.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that. I
Yeah,
thought
there
Ziggler was
was
from Los Angeles.
no. That was just his gimmick.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I
No.
actually thought he was from Los Angeles. Yep.
No, because
Super
they did
kick.
an episode of Raw where they did the battle for Cleveland, where they had Ziggler in a Cavaliers jersey, and then they had the Miz in a Browns jersey, and they did the battle for
Oh,
Cleveland.
oh,
Nice.
Alexa Bliss. Oh,
Is she with Oscar?
Yeah.
oh yeah.
Oh, that's next week.
I mean,
I just saw the brackets too. I mean, you have Oscar and Alexa Bliss, which is probably going to be against uh, Io Shirai and Dakota Kai. That's going to be one side of the bracket in your semifinals, most likely. Look at the other side of the bracket. I think a dark horse could be Zoe Stark and Nikita Lyons.
You know who I'm surprised they didn't put in was I haven't watched much NXT 2.0, so if y'all can correct me, I would appreciate it. As doesn't Mandy Rose have a faction that has a tag team?
Toxic Attraction with Gigi Dolan and JC Jane.
I'm surprised
yeah.
they're not in it.
I thought they would elevate them too. And actually, what I was thinking too, Indy Hartwell's doing nothing right now, and you're in Cleveland. Why not have Indy Hartwell get elevated to the main roster, bring back Candice LeRae, you put back together the women from the wing. There's your tag team, a women's tag team right there. Indy has something to do, as well as what the hell is Nikki Cross looking like?
Well, oh. Scared he's running towards something.
Oh, God.
I actually like when they do this stuff, honestly.
I do too, but I mean, come on, Nikki
Um,
Cross, you can't take her seriously. The gimmick she has.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you, gentlemen. I'd love to stay and watch the main event, but I need to get some sleep to get ready for work the next day. I must say to Jeffrey, pleasure meeting you. Hope you are
pleasure
safe
meeting
and well
you.
in Jersey.
If
Earl,
you want to sub up to my channel, it's just on the bottom too. If you want, I do a lot of wrestling stuff. If you want to check it out.
Earl,
But
if you can
thank you.
actually send me all of Jeffrey's stuff, I'll follow and promote him and everything like that too on my Twitter as well.
Appreciate it, man. I appreciate
Keep it
a lot.
alive up in New York. Grab a slice of East Village for me. So I'll talk to y'all
Love
later.
your
Y'all stay
knowledge on
safe.
wrestling too. Love your knowledge
Appreciate
on
it.
wrestling, big time. Have a great rest of your
Yeah,
night, bro. It was a
Escobar.
pleasure to talk to you, Escobar.
Bye, everybody. Stay safe.
Have a great night.
You too.
Guy knows a lot about wrestling. I love his takes that he made. But Earl, so I never really got your opinion on it. What do you think
Yep.
about Monday Night Raw so far? How you like the show? If it's flowing well to you? What you didn't like so far? Like, give me your full opinion. I've talked too much on the stream tonight. I want to know how you feel about this show.
Uh, um, the show as a whole has been solid so far. I'm not a fan of the women's bracket. I'm not a fan of that. I think that there are some women on there that really don't deserve to be on there. But I'm just glad that Tamina and Dana Brooke did not go any further than they did. Um, I just wish that they would have stronger women, but they don't have any other tag team women. They don't. So they had to do what they had to. Triple H has to make what he has to deal with. You know. The match of the night for me was the United States Championship match. I thought
I
that was
agree.
a pretty good, decent, solid contest. But all in all, it has not been bad. And another thing too is I have to say is that everybody needs to focus on the match length. Look how long these matches are versus what if Vince McMahon was producing it.
Oh yeah, they'd be 2 seconds if they were doing the Richard McMahon was doing these.
Especially the women's matches. Because we all know Vince McMahon don't respect the women's division. So I I'm happy with what I'm getting tonight. I'm happy. I don't know about other people. I don't know about anybody else, but I'm happy with what I got.
Mm. Now, I noticed like a couple of surprises that
Uh,
are in this bracket are Nikita Lyons and Zoe Stark. Now, Zoe Stark has an important NXT Championship Women's Championship match against Mandy Rose next week on Heatwave. Do you think the fact that Nikita Lyons and Zoe Stark are in the opposite bracket and they were involved in this tournament might be an indication that maybe Zoe Stark might lose against Mandy Rose and they might be ready to promote these two and possibly have the two of them be in the finals against Io and Dakota, and then maybe you get yourself like a preview of what these women could be doing on the main roster, or not? Like, what do you honestly think? Or there's
I
I mean, you have Shotzi and Xia Li as well. It could be a surprise.
Yeah, we can get that. We can get that. But
Mm,
again, like I said before, you in order to make this tournament attractive, you have to bring out forefront some good women tag team. I
mm,
again, I'm kind of concerned about that. What kind of a road are they going to travel on with this?
mm. I mean, I still think that what's going to end up happening. I mean, unless unless like Asuka, something's going to happen to Alexa Bliss. Like they're going to take out Alexa Bliss, the control, and then Asuka's going to have to get a new partner, and maybe that's when a new partner comes in. Uh, I'm a little bit like interested to see who comes out on the other side of that bracket with the women's division, because you're going to get Asuka and Alexa Bliss versus Dakota Kai and Io Sky, and you know for a fact Io Sky and Dakota Kai are going over. You look at the other side of that bracket. You got
Right.
Raquel Rodriguez and Aaliyah. You got Natalia and I think who's Natalia's partner?
Um. Uh.
I know it's it's
Don't.
Xia Li and Shotzi Blackheart, and then it's also Nikita
Right.
Lyons versus Zoe Stark. I just don't know who's partnering with Natalia. Oh, it's Sonya Deville. That's it,
And let me
Sonya
just
Deville. So,
yeah, Sonya Deville. And let me just say something about Natalia is boring.
oh yeah,
I
great
don't know
wrestler,
why she's
boring
in this
gimmick.
tournament. The thing is that I mean
No, go ahead.
she's so boring, and she doesn't connect with the audience. She doesn't connect with the audience.
Mm. I disagree with that. I think she does connect with the audience to a certain degree because of her in-ring ability. But the only reason why she's in this tournament, let's be honest, Earl, there's nobody else. Who else are you going to throw in this tournament? Every single woman that's pretty
Thank
much
you.
on the main roster, they pretty much are putting them in there. Besides Liv Morgan and Shayna Baszler, who are fighting for the championship on SmackDown, and then also
Right,
Charlotte is not there and Ronda Rousey's not there. So you have to put
right,
in, what you have, and everybody that's right now on that
yeah,
SmackDown roster is in that tournament because you didn't sign
right.
anybody else or bring anybody else up from NXT. So that's the only they've had to throw together mismatched teams. So I think it's they're evaluating everybody in this
Right.
women's tournament. They're seeing who sticks out and who doesn't, and maybe this will give Triple H a little bit more urgency and be like, I got to sign this person, I got to sign that person to like help beef up this division. Plus, I don't think Triple H wants to bring everybody in at once. He wants to like trickle people in from time to time. Not like bring
Right.
everybody in at once and you just overload the returns. You want to make some of them feel
Right.
special. So
Exactly.
it's a bunch of mismatches, but I think the one that intrigues me the most is if I had to pick the opposite side to go against Io Sky and Dakota Kai, I would hope it's either Shotzi Blackheart and Xia Li or Nikita Lyons and Zoe Stark. That's who I would hope for on the opposite bracket. And I think a lot of
And
it
I
will
would agree
depend
with
on
that.
what Zoe Stark. A lot of it's going to depend on what Zoe Stark does in her championship match against Mandy Rose, and if she goes over. So, like, I'm curious about that. Because if
Thank
Zoe
you.
Stark doesn't beat Mandy Rose, then I think that it might be a shot. She might be getting brought up to the main roster along with Nikita Lyons. Because Nikita Lyons has got nothing to do in NXT. She's talented. You know they're going to push her. What is she doing in NXT right now except in a pointless feud with Kiana James?
Right.
So I just think that, and for anybody that's an NFL fan, I just got some breaking news on the NFL. Jets offensive tackle Mekhi Becton might be out for the season with a torn ACL. So if you're a Jet fan, you're probably not
Damn.
happy about hearing that. Their offensive tackle, their 11th round pick in the 2020 NFL draft, who was just coming back from surgery he had last year, might be out for the season this year. So that's a big blow to the New York Jets offensive line. So if you're a football fan, that's like some news that you didn't want to hear. So,
Damn.
but
And
yeah,
you
I
hear it
mean,
first, and you heard it first from Jeffrey here on the Hardcore Sports Network.
most definitely, yes. And you heard it first before with Earl Cole when he was giving the MLB scores before. So if you wanted to like get your daily
Yes.
MLB scores, you always can come here for the Hardcore Sports Network to get them. And AJ Styles is like, I'm not using a kendo stick. I am going for the steel chair. No, he doesn't want the steel chair. He's going for something better. Now we got a
The Miz right
table.
now. Yes, but the Miz right now is beating the stew out of AJ Styles with the kendo stick.
Now I just had a thought, Earl, real quick. Do you think now with Triple H in
And
charge
then,
and the Good Brothers being
yes.
free agents, do you think that there's a possibility Triple H brings back Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson and reunite them with AJ Styles?
Um, if they have something for them creatively, and if it fits into certain storyline, then maybe there would be a possibility with that. But right now, I don't see a storyline brewing with the Good Brothers.
Mm. I tend to agree with you on that. I think it just doesn't make sense to put those guys together. And I think the best thing for you to do right now, I think they're better off staying in Impact, going to AEW, or just going and sticking in New Japan. I don't think they'd be
Right.
good in WWE again. And it's nice to see AJ Styles get another good
No.
push again.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in a commercial break. This is the Raw Watch
Oh!
Along, and you are watching it
Oh!
on
Miz just threw Styles right over the railing.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez.
So,
Go ahead, Earl.
just to let everybody know, next week, I will not be doing a Raw watch along next week due to my other obligations. However, the Raw watch along will be on the following Monday. The following Monday, not next Monday, but the following Monday. So tune in to the next installment of the Raw watch along here on the Hardcore Sports Network.
And for everybody that's come by the
So
chat tonight,
that
if you haven't already, smash the like button on the Hardcore Sports Network stream, as well as for Earl Cole. Sub up to the channels. Thank you, everybody, for participating in the chat. Thank you to Escobar. Thank you for Drew on that beat for coming by the stream today, giving your input on Monday Night Raw. We appreciate it so much. Everybody that's been in the chat so far supporting the stream that we've had for Monday Night Raw, thank you so much. We genuinely appreciate it. We wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for you guys. Thank you for supporting the stream. Thank you for supporting our individual channels as well as the Hardcore Sports Network. And thank you for everybody for coming by the stream tonight and watching the Raw watch along with us tonight. Thank you sincerely.
Yes. And again, like I said before, the Royal Watch Along won't be seen next week, but we will be back the following Monday. So tune into that. And again, like I said before, and I'll say it again, Jeffrey, you are the best co-pilot I've ever had doing these
I
watch
appreciate
alongs.
that.
Your your knowledge is just absolutely fantastic, and I enjoy you. You are such a great sport. And again, I thank you again for gracing the stage again here at the Raw
Oh,
Watch
stop.
Along.
Stop it. Stop. I just love talking. I love talking wrestling with other passionate fans and sports.
I have to give credit where credit is due.
I appreciate that. I really am sincerely appreciative of those
Yes.
words. I mean, it does mean
I
a lot.
believe Blaze Radio.
Yep, Blaze
Yes,
McCoy's backstage right
let's
now.
get Blaze Radio in here.
Yo, 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 what's up, Earl?
Blaze McCoy.
What's up, my brother? Good to see you, man.
Blaze,
How's it going, my man? What's
what's
happening?
up, dude?
Nice to meet you, Blaze. How you doing,
Hey,
bro?
you
Good to
too,
talk
my
with
friend.
you.
Welcome to the Watch Along. Welcome.
I
I
got
love the
Raw.
shirt, by the way.
This is an
Thank you.
honor.
I got Raw in this ear and you guys in this ear.
So how you feeling about the show so far tonight,
I'm
Blaze?
doing good. I actually got breaking news because the two jobbers, Chad Trader said it in your chat, so I looked it up because I'm from Pittsburgh, close to Cleveland. The two jobbers that Omos beat up, their names are Spencer Slade and Mambo Italiano. They're from International Wrestling Cartel from here in Pittsburgh. And the paramedic that took Elias or Ezekiel out is my friend Reverend Ron Hunt from the area, too. He was on my podcast a couple weeks ago.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. My friend's like, Rev was in there. He was one of the paramedics. I had to rewind it and check it. Sure enough, that's my boy, Rev Ron Hunt. Hey, how about that Ciampa and Bobby Lashley match?
Oh,
Wow.
my God, that match was fantastic.
Wow.
That was such a great match. And you know what? Everybody's going to say we're going to give credit to Tommaso Ciampa because he's just a phenomenal wrestler. How about we give credit to Bobby Lashley?
Oh, yeah.
It takes a hell of a match.
Takes two to tango, man. They both pulled off a very good match. Very good match.
Absolutely. And you know what? I'll give credit to Dana Brooke and Tamina. They weren't that bad in that tag team match against Io Shirai and Dakota Kai. That was not a bad tag team match so far tonight.
It's been a really fun Raw, man. I love it, though. I'm glad.
Don't you just love what we're seeing on Raw right now and SmackDown? Just the feel of the WWE, how things have changed so much.
And
I think we're going to get a big ending here.
I hope so. Logan Paul, you think?
Could be. People are saying Gargano because it's Cleveland. Dexter Loomis has been teased earlier today all over Twitter that he's coming back. Could be
I
him.
would love that. I would love that if it's Dexter Loomis and Gargano.
Braun Strowman has a history of crashing cars.
I don't think Braun Strowman is going to come back because he's part of that control your narrative thing. Bray, there's been a lot of teasing about Bray.
So was Killer Cross.
Oh my God, that was such a great return.
He was part of control your narrative, and he came back.
I get it. I mean, he was a mini part of it, but I think Braun Strowman's been
they don't need Braun.
So no, they don't. We don't need Braun to come back. I don't think that Bray Wyatt. That's a different story. If you could get Bray Wyatt back,
I think it's only a matter of time.
I want the Eater of Worlds.
So good to finally be on the wrestling experience, my friends.
Oh.
We need a round of applause for Earl and the wrestling experience. There you go.
You got the little soundboard too. I love it.
I thank you so much.
Yeah, brother. I shared you out on my Twitter.
I'm glad you're actually hopping on too. I mean, we see you all the time in the chat, so I'm glad you're able to hop on with us and talk wrestling. The more wrestling minds, the better.
No.
I love AJ Styles. He's one of my all-time favorites.
Me too.
Tommaso Ciampa just pulled the referee out.
Oh, here we go.
AJ had
We got 5 minutes.
Here we go.
Please play Rebel Heart. I want to hear this crowd explode if Johnny Wrestling
crowd.
comes
Could
out.
be. I mean,
Yeah.
Logan Paul's connected, so we might see him too. You never know.
Probably, yeah. That just seems to make the most sense. If Gargano comes out and they
The Miz is
restart
still
Ciampa
down
and Gargano,
on the floor.
oh my God, I'm gonna be so happy.
Champ and AJ last week was amazing. That was a great match.
It was fantastic. All those matches were great. I thought
Oh yeah, that
Gable
was great.
versus Ciampa versus was it Gable versus Ciampa versus Ziggler? That was incredible.
Yeah, both
too.
of those triple threats were amazing.
Absolutely.
Uh-oh, table spot.
Oh, I know what he's gonna do.
What?
Bye-bye.
No.
Nope. And Ciampa knows a lot about tables or going off for the edge. Just ask him against Gargano a couple of years ago.
Okay, AJ Styles. AJ Styles is going for the Styles clap, the phenomenal forearm.
Oh no!
But the Miz threw the chair in his face. Skull crushing finale. Ooh.
And Ciampa just went to the table.
I'm a little bit ahead. I'm a little bit ahead of you. I'm not going to spoil nothing.
I'm still just a little bit behind, like watching what's happening.
Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. I apologize for that. A little overzealous there. I
Yeah.
apologize.
Oh God! Chair right to the face. Skull crushing finale by the Miz. 1, 2. No, Styles kicks out. And the Miz has got that dumbfounded face on his again. He's just like, huh? I was gonna say, how do you guys feel about the Miz still being in a prominent role? You think he should be more of a lower card guy now?
No. I think as much as I don't really like him, he helped carry Logan Paul and made him a star. Miz has been making stars for a long time. He's a former two-time world champ. He could be. Triple H likes him too, so he could be.
I was loving this too.
He could be going back to the top here soon. Who knows?
I wouldn't be surprised if he maybe goes into the upper mid card. I don't think he's gonna become a champion again. He's going for the figure 4.
There. I'm like 5 seconds behind Earl, and then you're behind us a little bit.
Yeah, I just got Miz going right to the steel chair on the corner, and now Styles is setting up for the Styles Clash. 1, 2, 3. AJ Styles wins the match.
We got 2 minutes. Is there someone coming out? There's a minute and a half left here. See that they're building the expectation that there's going to be someone coming out all the time. They're going to have to keep delivering, or
Triple H has opened the floodgates.
Disappointment.
Triple H has opened the floodgates. Anything we can expect anything to happen now. That's the great thing what Triple H is doing, because we actually
it is amazing. But the bad thing is, if they build that expectation and nothing happens, Twitter will blow up and people will complain. Nothing happens.
Earl, Raphael's backstage. Earl, Raphael's backstage.
Bring the medics back out. I want to see my boy again.
let me add him to the stream. I'm sorry. Somebody just got arrested
in the crowd. That's Loomis in the crowd.
I'm not sure what happened.
Dexter Loomis?
That's who they were just dragging away. You could see him.
Where? I didn't see it right now.
He watch. He's staring over the ring. You'll see him in a second, and they're dragging a guy away, and you can see his hair. It's Dexter Loomis.
Oh my God! It's Dexter Loomis.
I was hoping they bring him back because he was such a beast, and they turned him into kissy face with what's her face all the time. I couldn't stand
Hartwell,
it. Yeah, I want to see him fight. He's a beast.
He's great.
He was Sam Shaw and the other companies. He was amazing.
What's going on, Raphael?
Oh, sorry. I just thinking I was muted, but listen, I was watching the Raw, and of course I was doing something stuff, and because But now there's 1 hour left. 1 hour left to my birthday number 29.
Until you turn 20, until your birthday, or is your 1 hour left
That's
of your
it.
birthday?
1 hour left
Okay.
because the midnight in August
Well, let's
9.
see. Um.
That's it. There's the credits.
Let everybody
And
know
Matt
that
Riddle is
Raw
going to have an
is now
exclusive
off.
interview next week on Monday Night Raw.
Mhm.
Well, the rumors were true. They talked about it today on the internet. There was a bunch of reports that Loomis was coming back, and there he was.
Was that really him, or was that something like a lookalike?
No, that was him. That was him. I'm watching another. I got another watch along up. It's all Loomis, 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 Loomis.
You mean
It's next.
Dexter?
Yep, he's back.
Was that supposed to be a tease that, like, you know, we're not going to show him completely, but we're going to give you a little bit of a tease, like Dexter Loomis is there?
Well, I'm guessing that maybe he had either he had something to do with that crash in the back, or was somebody that might be a completely different storyline. The thing is, there's so many exciting things going on in one Raw, and a lot of wrestling too. Like Earl was saying earlier, longer matches too. They weren't like little quick matches. They're actually
giving everybody time.
Super entertaining shows. Like one of my friends said, it's the first time I've watched Raw in probably a year or two where I didn't look at my phone. Last week, He was like, I was invested the whole time. I didn't have to look at my phone. He was like, it was match after match, a lot of wrestling, great stories.
Exactly.
We've been asking for it for a long time. I know Earl
because
has.
Vince McMahon was too stubborn. He was too stubborn to actually give us what we were looking for.
Earl's
Triple H
hashtag.
knows.
Your hashtag's going to go away, Earl. The hashtag, what are you thinking, WWE?
Yeah.
They're thinking good
We're
stuff
actually
now,
happy.
man.
You know what's going to turn
Oh
into?
yeah.
It's going to go, what are you thinking, AEW?
Yeah, that.
AEW is the one that's in trouble.
Yeah.
Nah, they're going to be fine too, man. It's
Yeah,
good for the
that
whole
hashtag
industry.
I agree. It's going to be good.
It's good for the whole industry.
Yeah,
Just
it
wait.
is.
They're going to
It
pick
is.
up the
I-
pace. They're going to pick up the pace.
Maybe Dexter Loomis is gonna be like the new bodyguard for Austin Theory, I guess.
Loomis, unless they tie it together with, they could. I mean, Loomis and Theory have history.
There's a
With
common
what happened
theme.
with the way.
Last week and this week, there's the common theme. It's all the black and gold NXT people coming up, getting their shot finally, and I love it. And they're mixing it with the big stars. It's
You
a
need
great
to do
formula.
that. You need to do that. You have to have your main stars mixed in with some of the black and gold. You have to have the balance. If you have the counterbalance, you'll have a great show.
Eventually, I think you will see Bray back. Eventually, I see Pete Dunne being Pete Dunne again.
Oh, please, God. Can you give back Tommaso Ciampa's name? Can we get back Matt Riddle? Can we call Dewdrop Piper Niven again?
Well, the banned words that they took away was a big one for me. They can say hospital and blood and wrestling again.
I almost fell out of my chair when they said hospital.
So ridiculous that they couldn't say
They
those
said belt.
things.
They said belt again, thank God.
Yep.
Wrestling. Fans. Remember we were the WWE Universe for a
I
while?
don't like being handcuffed. I don't like being handcuffed like that.
No.
Stupid.
Hey, Michael Cole, I wasn't a real big fan of his. I like all the other. I love Corey Graves. He's from the Pittsburgh area. Sterling James Keenan was his wrestling name when he wrestled here in Pittsburgh. Pat McAfee, he's from the Berg too. He's a Pittsburgh product.
Good.
Those two are so good. But
I like Pat McAfee. I just love it because he went to the football between the Indianapolis Colts, and man, that guy had got charisma, everything. Even I just saw at the Friday Night SmackDown in March 18 when it comes to Charlotte, and that guy has the energy as a color commentator. I mean, I should probably go do it with Pat McAfee, the color commentator, but that guy is extremely awesome.
Well, even Michael Cole, who I wasn't really a big fan of, but he doesn't have Vince in his ear now, and you can tell Michael Cole is just freestyling and talking and calling the matches easier. And Michael Cole was a gem last week, and he's still doing it this week. I mean, that has to be tough.
Well, you just said it right there. You just said it right there. The fact that Vince McMahon is not in everybody's ear, ripping up scripts, giving people, telling them what to say, everybody coming off monotone. You could tell that now people are actually sounding more real and genuine and organic in their promos. They're not coming off like robots. Bianca Belair is a case in point. She sucked on the mic when it came into her promos, and she's much better than that. You
A lot of
actually are giving
pressure.
these people creative freedom now to like be able to cut promos naturally, and they come off more organic to the crowds. And you need that.
So it's much more entertaining. It's much more engaging, man. I'm here for it. I'm here
Yeah.
for it. I don't
And
have to
you're-
rant. Oh, I don't have to rant on WWE as much anymore. I can just mostly
It's
enjoy it.
enjoyable. You're
Yeah,
enjoying,
it's fun.
and like you're seeing people like Ciampa, Styles, Riddle,
Gargano.
Gargano.
You know what I want? I want
Dakota
one thing.
Kai, Io
One
Shirai.
thing from Triple
What's
H.
that?
I want a traditional Survivor Series again this fall. Not Raw versus SmackDown. I want groups,
5 on 5.
stables, friends. I want old school
Oh,
Survivor Series.
that's what
Bring that back.
I would
Bring
love that.
If anyone's going to do it, it's Paul Levesque.
Now,
I'm
I had an
love it.
idea that I brought up to Earl
And,
earlier,
I-
and I'm curious to know your opinions. What would you think about this thing going into Clash of the Castle now that you have Karrion Kross included in the championship match? It looks like it's assumed Kross is going to be included. How about this? A 2 falls match. One for the WWE title. One for the Universal title. Kross wins one title, pins Roman. Drew wins the other title, pins Roman. Roman won't get affected. He's already won the championship and had it for over 700 days. Roman goes on hiatus. You have Drew and Kross have like an interaction, but you don't do too much. You split them off eventually. One is a champion on one brand, one's a champion on the other. Eventually, you bring them back together for your traditional big-time main event. WWE Champion versus Universal Champion. Karrion Kross versus Drew McIntyre. You have yourself a major main event for Survivor Series.
I wouldn't be mad at it. I think you're wishing too much. I'd love to see that too, but I don't know. I don't think they'll go that far just yet. And I'm afraid that Roman still stays over the bloodline, keep rolling, unfortunately. But also, people have said Drew McIntyre's title reign was during the COVID era. No fans. He never had that fan pop. So if someone's going to take the title from Roman, do it overseas. That place will go crazy if Drew wins.
It's in Drew's home country.
Yeah, so that's going to be crazy because he had all that title reign with no fans. So if they give him that shine over there, I don't know. It might even be a DQ win where he doesn't get the belt, but he gets the pop. I don't know. That's the good thing about it. We don't know. It's not as predictable as it used to be. It used to be so predictable.
I think Drew has to win because I think the only reason why Roman won those or kept those titles, they wanted to get him over 700 days as champ and get over with the Brock Lesnar feud. Now that he's done with that, it makes too much sense to just let Drew in his home country, who they've been building up to be back in this type of championship format. Roman doesn't need to win. Give Drew the championship. Let him run with it, like you just said. Roman could go on hiatus for a little bit. Drop the belt.
He's going to go make movies anyway.
Yeah, and then you could have the Usos drop the titles as well as Clash at the Castle. I was saying maybe have Owens and Zayn come back together and they win the championship. But now I don't know with Owens' push tonight. So, I mean,
hey, if I could pick anyone to take the title for Roman, it would be Cody. But who knows when he's coming back?
I think around the Royal Rumble. I think that's when you're going to see Cody.
We'll see.
I think that's the time frame that you might see Cody Rhodes. Randy Orton too. I think that's when you'll see Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton is back around the Royal Rumble. Go ahead, Earl.
Exactly. Just to let everybody know, Monday Night Raw has concluded, and this show has concluded. I want to thank everybody who has been on this chat. I want to thank everyone who came in on the streams live, including Blaze Radio and Blaze McCoy.
My pleasure, my friend.
Excellent stuff you did,
bro. Blaze McCoy.
Hey, if my friends call me Blaze, my channel's Blaze Radio, but you're my friend, so you could call me Blaze. I appreciate you, Earl.
You have to come on my show. I appreciate you, my friend, and you have to come on my show fully, and I have to book you on my show, and we have to pick each other's brains, and I would love to do that. You know, my calendar is open to you, so you let me know when you are free, and you can come on in here, and we can get in this ring, and you could be part of the wrestling experience. But I appreciate you coming in tonight at the last minute. It has been an honor to be in your presence, sir, because you are the real deal of Holyfield.
Hey, I'm glad to be a part of the show, my friend. And like I say, I do my
Um,
podcast on Thursday nights too. But
yeah,
one of
truly,
these times,
truly
I'll be
you are.
popping in with you. And it's
I
good to
love it.
meet you guys. You
Yes,
guys are
please
awesome. And
do, please do.
hey, it's a great time to be a pro wrestling fan, man. It really is. It's a
Oh, you're
great time to
absolutely
be a
right.
Yes,
pro
yeah,
wrestling fan.
it is.
So
Absolutely right.
Absolutely
only going to
right.
get better. More wrestling
Um,
experiences, brother. That's right.
I am.
And more
Yes,
happy wrestling fans. I'm not
yeah,
gonna be pissed off all the time because of Vince McMahon
yeah,
doing something stupid.
Thanks, Earl.
yes. The wrestling. You're welcome. The wrestling experience, ladies and gentlemen, will return Thursday night, and my guest will be DJ Storms. DJ Storms and I will be coming together this Thursday night. It's going to be a must watch. So don't
Happy
forget to tune
birthday
in
to
for
you too,
that.
Raphael.
I'm Earl. Yeah. And Raphael, thank you so much. Jeffrey, as always, I will see you the following Monday for the Raw Watch Along. Um,
Thank you for
Raphael,
having me on
again,
the
thank you
show
so much
tonight,
for
Earl.
popping in. No, it's been a pleasure. You've been a rock star, and you have your knowledge and passion is something that is needed in wrestling community. So
I appreciate it. Yours as well. I appreciate your knowledge and your
I
passion for the
thank you
business too.
again for gracing the stage.
Thank you. And
Thank you
Raphael, I
very
hope you have an
much.
excellent
Okay,
birthday.
everyone. I will. Yes, Raphael, have a good birthday. Happy, happy, and enjoy, my friend.
Mm.
Thank you.
Everyone, have a good night,
Have a
and we
good
will
night.
see you next time for the Raw Watch Along. Good night, everyone.
Have a great night. Thank you for coming by, guys. Thank you.